office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I had a dream the other night that Chuck gave me a hug. I don't remember much else about it.
We need to unpack this. And then you woke up.
I think it was like a sad moment, and Chuck came up and gave me a hug, and I immediately woke up because I know that ain't happening. I was like, what is happening here?
Walking in that
in a trying
I've
moment.
never seen
a trying. Or after a big win or a trying moment.
big win.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Safe Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Walking in that arena, and walking in the wrong door, the other door. Seeing my friends the night before, having my dear friends, lifelong friends, but they're Kentucky fans. Their whole life they've been Kentucky fans. Now, I just hope they're neutral, but they are Kentucky fans. We gave our heart and soul. Ellen, was like the mother to those kids. And so, yes, there is going to be some emotion.
I guess I didn't really realize, fully anyway, until Cal's radio show last night, just how big a deal it's going to be for all those guys to go back. Now, the focus is on Cal, obviously, and he's the one that, 20-something thousand are going to come, at least most of them boo probably on Saturday night. But, there are players going back. The entire staff basically came with him. So they're going back. You got guys like Carter Knox and Billy Richmond who were supposed to go there and didn't go there and came here, and they're going to be going. And so, for us, it's a basketball game in a great – Kentucky's always a big game, don't get me wrong. But I don't know that we really have a full appreciation for what it's going to be like for those guys.
Well, homecoming for Cal will
But
be
it's
what?
not like your traditional homecoming. It's not like they're going to celebrate you home.
I want to know, if we can get a prop bet on the Oaklawn Sports app of whether Cal will be booed, whether it'll be 50-50, whether he'll be applauded. You're leaning – what would you call the odds-on favorite? Cal gets booed when they introduce him?
Yes. There will be cheers. There will be cheers. But, look, this is sports. And the people that like him just won't make any noise at all. The people that do not like him will boo until they, as loud as they can. That's generally how it goes.
So how about this? Let me ask Razorback fans, how does that make you feel? Does it make you angry that they're booing your coach? Does it kind of make us all get in here together and everybody fight in the same direction? Or are we still figuring out whether we're fighting at our own family table and we don't know how we feel when somebody boos our kid, our uncle, our aunt, that when they walk out in the driveway, the neighbors are booing and throwing rocks and eggs and whatever? Or are we now we're all together? Now we're all in this together. Nobody talks to our family like that but us.
Well, right. And see, that's the aspect in all this that I'm waiting to see unfold this week. To me, that's one of the interesting aspects of this week, is not the game itself, not Cal going back. That's their deal. That's Kentucky's deal, and I'm fine with it. It comes with hiring away a coach from another school within the conference. It's just part of it. But I've wondered, how do we feel? Because that's our guy. And I don't know for a lot of people yet if it feels that way. It should, but I don't know that it does.
So this is a dynamic that I don't know if we've ever experienced before. I would say
I don't think we haven't. No.
And when you hire somebody as nationally relevant as John Calipari, there are a lot of things that you're going to experience you haven't experienced before. And like it or not, it is about him. Like it or not, the Dallas Cowboys are about Jerry Jones. It's just the way it is. They're bigger than the organization. They're a massive figure in the sport. Like it or not, golf is still about Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods still moves the needle. If there's news about Tiger, there's no more read or viewed story than there will be on Tiger Woods. That is who you have as a coach. And when you lose and when it's not going particularly well, and it was a heck of a show last night, by the way. I mean, it was Cal in Cal form, and when the lights come on and Cal is on stage and it's time to talk or deliver a message, you're going to get A-plus material. You're going to get a lot of charisma. And that was on last night. On that.
And now I get to coach here, and I get to turn around another program, and it's starting slow. But there is no doubt in my mind that I'm in the right place for me right now, and I hope the fans think that I'm in the right place for them. And no, listen, things don't happen overnight. It never has for me.
So you heard the crowd there at Sassy's for the Cal show. There was a little bit of applause when he hopes the fans think that he's in the right place for them. What about the rest of you? Are you believing that the Hall of Fame coach that you got will eventually deliver the results that you expect? Which, to me, those expectations are you're in the tournament, you're making runs in the tournament, national championship is what everybody hopes for. Maybe you take a step back and say Final Four, Elite Eight, whatever. It's hard. I mean, what Muss did here, going to back-to-back Elite Eights, hard, really difficult. Go look around the country. How many programs are doing that? How many programs can say that? And especially in the portal world we live in now, where things can happen in surprising fashion. Just because you get players doesn't mean they always work out. But then it's a little bit like a scratch-off ticket. On some of these deals, you're like, somebody got players that worked out and somebody didn't. And it's an interesting dynamic to me because Cal's such a big deal. He was such a big deal at Kentucky for 15 years. He's at Arkansas now. He's probably going to get booed going into this game, and I'm not sure you as a Razorback fan know how you feel about it all.
It's all about winning. I mean, it's all about winning. They wouldn't hate Cal at Kentucky the way they do now if they hadn't loved him with everything they had for a long time. You don't hate somebody at the end that way unless you loved them in a special way. He took them to places and I know they're Kentucky, but he took them to places on a consistent basis that maybe they'd not been to as often as, they might like to remember. I mean, he did a lot of great things there, but it hasn't happened here yet. Look, I'm old enough to remember Nolan Richardson's first year. As bad as Cal has it right now, it's nothing like Coach Richardson had it. Nothing. And the things that are being said about Cal right now, I mean, they pale in comparison to what was said about Coach Richardson back then. And here's the thing. We knew then, and here's the parallel. We knew then that Nolan Richardson had won everywhere he'd been. He won at the junior college level. He won at the high school level. He went to Tulsa, won there, captured the imagination of the city. That's what everybody was told. He's won everywhere he's been. And everyone said, well, he's not winning here. And then second, third year, fourth year, everything came together. And we all know what happened. Sometimes we think if a guy's already established as a head coach, that he just comes in and waves a magic wand and everything's like it was before. Look, I was here for Bobby Petrino's first year. I can assure you it was nothing like the third year. Nothing. And this is going to be the same way, I believe.
This is a 9 o'clock game, Eastern time.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Oh.
9 o'clock, local time in Lexington. 8 o'clock, our time. These Kentucky fans are going to be sitting around pre-gaming all day like this is the biggest game of the year.
It is the biggest game of the year for
It's number
them.
1 versus number 2 in the country. And they're playing a 1-6 Arkansas team. Now, let's just take a step back and ask the question. Why is it such a big deal? Why
because
is
they
it such
smell
a
blood.
big deal?
They smell blood.
But the Cal,
And they want to be able to tell the rest of the country, I told you so. That's the biggest thing. That's the prime motivation in pretty much everything in the world right now is people want to be able to say, I told you so.
I don't think anybody around the country nationally was saying, oh, shame on Kentucky for running Cal out of there. So it's not like they're proving any. But I hear what you're saying. They do feel that way.
No, I'm not talking about the rest of the country. I'm talking about us. They want to be able to tell us, Arkansas people, I told you so. That's what they want to be able to do.
You're beneath us.
Exactly.
You're beneath us.
Well, we
and
tried
getting
to
our
tell
Hall of
you.
Fame coach
Right.
is still you're still beneath us.
That's what they think. Yes. There's no question in my mind that's what they think.
So if we didn't know this already, rivalries are about fans. You know, you can try to manufacture a rivalry because you got a Missouri and you've got an Arkansas and the proximity and all that. And Missouri in football is becoming more of a rivalry because Arkansas fans are tired of losing, and now they've heard enough of it from Missouri fans to make it a bit of a rivalry. This Kentucky thing is already there.
It's right. It was there. It was there the first time Arkansas went into Rupp Arena as a member of the SEC and ran them off the floor. I can remember.
But then it's dissipated over the years.
Well, hang on, though. Hang on. I can tell you for several years, and by several, I mean about 5, probably, after Coach Richardson left and things weren't going real well. I would, and you, I'm sure, did the same thing, too. During Kentucky week, there'd be somebody who'd call you up and say, hey, would you come on our show? It was still a big game to them because they relished the opportunity to have someone that they viewed as their basketball equal. And they respected Nolan Richardson. I mean, they booed him, but they respected him. And obviously the Cal thing's a different dynamic because he was there and he was their coach. But I got a feeling Arkansas is going to play a really spirited game Saturday. And I think from a Razorback fan perspective, all this stuff with Cal and going back, that's interesting. But they don't want to be 1-7. And they want to be able to stick their chest out a little bit at Kentucky people too, because we've had a little back and forth going for several years now. And so there's just a lot, there's just a lot of angles to Saturday night's game, that's for sure.
877-377-6963. It's Tuesday morning. Is Cal your guy?
Have you got his back yet?
Or is Cal your guy? Like, are you still sitting around going, just sort of, well, this isn't going to work, I don't know. Or is he your guy? Like, look, don't love how it's going. Nobody loves how it's going right now. I just kind of wonder where Hog fans are in all this because, like it or not, well, I guess you could, I was going to say, like it or not, you're involved. But I guess you could decide not to be. But my daughter's got a cheer competition in Tulsa on Saturday, and I was like, okay, what time's the game? And then, it's 8 o'clock. Okay, we'll be back. But I was trying to figure out, like, if it was in the middle of the day during this, where am I going to go to watch the very beginning of the game?
Yeah.
877.
The good stuff will happen even before they come on the air.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, and you're going to be there for it. And I'll hear it on the radio.
I'm going to watch
if I can't see it on TV. 877-377-6963. Do you have Cal's back? He talked about it on the show last night. He's glad he's here. He hopes Razorback fans are glad he's here. It's us against them right now. It's always like that when you're playing another team, but no, it's really like that in a game like this. We'll get into your thoughts coming up. It is 6:16 now on the Chuck and Bo Show. 25 in Fayetteville, 31 in Hot Springs, 35 in Mountain Home. Good morning. Glad you're here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I think that having Brian, allowing him to call in occasionally, is a healthy reminder of why you don't like Texas.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing better for yourself and fellow Arkansans. Better service from friendly professionals who really invest in your goals. Better solutions with convenient tools and smart resources. And better support for the things that matter to you, as well as the communities that matter to us all. Because finding your better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
2025 is here, and Fayetteville Auto Park is making it easier than ever to elevate your drive during our New Year's sale. Every pre-owned vehicle, hundreds and hundreds to choose from, all with clearance pricing for a limited time. That's right, Fayetteville Auto Park has clearance priced every used car, truck, and SUV in stock. One-owner trades, budget buys, luxury vehicles, off-lease cars, even certified pre-owned, with special finance rates and warranties up to 100,000 miles. Buy now at all 4 Fayetteville Auto Park locations. That's Acura of Fayetteville, Honda of Fayetteville, Toyota of Fayetteville, and Chevrolet of Fayetteville. It's time to drive in 2025, and no one makes it easier than Fayetteville Auto Park. Take advantage of clearance pricing on every pre-owned vehicle now during our New Year's sale. Limited time only at Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
So I spent yesterday. You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I was supposed to ask him at the start of the segment what he did
really
last
appreciate
night.
you asking.
I forgot. What'd you do last night, Bo?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's National Plan a Vacation Day. You ever do that in the winter? Like, pastime, plan a summer vacation? I planned like 3 in the last month. I don't know if I'll go on any of them. But that's how I get through the winter.
But it's not really planning. That's like ideating.
Well, maybe. Oh, no, actually, I've planned them out. I have
booked the tickets?
No, not booked the tickets, but I've gone through all the paces except for actually paying.
Where do you want to go, Chuck?
I'd like to go somewhere warm.
Where do you want to go? Turks?
I want to go see the Knicks play.
That's not the tropical vacation I was
But
thinking for you.
more than anything, I want to go to a place where it's warm and I can just sit and, look out and contemplate the universe.
What's a good vacation look like for you?
Well, there's water involved generally.
I mean, is it like I'm going to get up, going to have some coffee, I'm going to go.
I'm a fun vacation
gonna
guy.
do the buffet.
I'm a fun vacation guy.
Eventually, I'm going to get down to the.
I'm always the
water.
first one up. I'm always the first one
Then
up.
walk me through it.
Well, I'm just always the
Just
first
tell
one
me
up because it's quiet. You have the place to yourself and nobody interrupts you. Best part of the day.
It is amazing.
Now, I come in here with you guys.
Yeah.
But before.
Disrupting your peace.
Yeah, before it was just me and me and the dog in a quiet house. But it's not quite like that on vacation. But no, I just like to relax, man, and not think about stuff.
I just wonder, like, and Edward, you can tell Bart's out sick. This would be a perfect Bart conversation. We hope Bart's okay. I mean, he's.
We've not heard from him
at
this morning.
all. I mean, I think once he shut it down last night, he knew.
I think he drank half a bottle of NyQuil and just called it a night.
And I don't know if he took any of your advice. Chuck says turn it up to like 80.
Sweat it out.
Get a hoodie on. Get under blankets and just wake up.
You have to
full of
attack
sweat.
it. You have to attack it. If you don't, a cold can get you down for like 4 or 5 days. You got to attack it right off the bat.
You got to get after it. Yeah,
heat's what it's all
You
about.
got to bring the fight to it.
That's right. Oh, I'm no medical doctor. Oh, I'm sure I sound like one, but it's
consult your physician.
It's a method that works for me.
Chuck's home remedy.
It's a method that works for me. You got to attack the cold.
I mean, might as well be you. I mean, people have an idea like that. They start selling it online for like $10.
Oh, you're assuming I don't have a plan.
Oh yeah, look at my script here.
Yeah.
So I just wonder, do you get up, you have coffee, you go like breakfast? At what time do you make it down to the pool or the beach? What's that? Are you getting like your chair? Do you get down early? Get your
I usually
chair
like to play
reserved?
golf in the morning.
Oh, okay.
I play golf in the morning.
Okay.
And do all that other stuff in the afternoon
cool down
after a nap.
Yeah. Golf, nap.
Oh,
and
that
then
is like the perfect day.
You don't get to the pool until like 3:00.
Well, look, hanging out by the pool or just like looking, sitting at the pool all day, that's boring. But I like to play a little golf in the morning.
I guarantee you, somebody is on their computer right now looking at vacation
planning a
destinations
vacation
just from the subconscious thought that we have
or
put
they
in their
will
head.
later today.
Oh yeah,
they will later today.
I mean, doesn't it feel great?
It really does.
Doesn't it feel great just to dream?
It's the 28th of January though, so smack dab into reality.
Well, you got spring
it's gonna
break.
be a while.
You got spring break coming up. A lot of people. I don't know if I told you.
Are we
guys,
gonna have a spring break on this show?
Yes, I take spring
Oh,
break.
do you really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Well, especially with Arkansas not being in the NCAA tournament this year, I'm going to take some time off.
Do you go skiing?
I would rather go warm, but yes,
Really?
I have been skiing.
Yeah.
That is not a relaxing vacation. That is a lot of work.
That
It's
is
a lot of calories
That
burned.
is the bougie spring break right there. Let's go ski. Let's go to Steamboat.
It doesn't feel real bougie.
Let's
when
go to
you're-
Breckenridge.
When
What
you're
do you
walking
say?
in those uncomfortable boots, carrying skis on
I
your
would
shoulder.
break my
and-
leg. I mean, I would break my leg now.
I love
mean, when I
skiing.
was when you're younger, that's fine. You're still young. Your bones brittle up a little
I
bit.
appreciate
here in
you
about
saying
10
that.
years.
I appreciate you saying that.
And but there's going to come a point. I'm just telling you, where you're going to start thinking about, am I going to break my leg? And
well, a lot of people think about it now. I think most people that get injured skiing, I mean, I don't have the stats on this. It's when they are trying to do too much.
Yeah.
They're trying to do a little too much.
Right.
Let's ride the lift up and let's just get down the mountain. We don't need to do any double black diamonds. We don't need to run through the trees. We don't need to go through the terrain park. Let's just
safely get
down.
back to the
Right.
condo.
Right.
That's kind of how
And then
I
after
view it.
about 2 or 3 runs, I'm like, everybody good?
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody good? Be a first trip down the mountain one year on spring break with the kids. My son, my oldest son, knocked himself out cold.
Really?
It was my first trip. It was his second. He's like, oh, there's a ramp. Like, it's his second trip down the mountain on the trip. Second run. Goes up in the air, landed on his head. Knocked himself out
Well, you
cold.
build a lot of momentum.
I mean, that's
going down those
that's a
hills.
spring break right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, that was great. We played a lot of
spring break to
NCAA.
remember.
We played a lot of NCAA football that trip
That's
in the
funny.
in the room.
That's funny.
Luckily, he was okay. Edward, what's a good vacation look like for you?
Beach.
Beach over cold.
Yeah, it's a beach vacation. We're getting texted here about
Edward's
Cal.
got a young family.
We'll get to some of those.
Edward's got to be up early. Edward's day.
We
Edward's
haven't
vacation day.
vacationed with the baby yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes this year.
You got a whole different deal going on.
Edward's going to say, hey, I'm going to run down and check out this. Oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not leaving the condo right now. If you think you're leaving me here with all this, you're crazy.
I'll bring the kiddo with.
The best part of the next few years for you on vacation is going to be mandatory rest time. That's going to be your time.
100%.
When the baby goes down or the kid, even as, the kids get a little older, 5, 6, mandatory rest time. Like, we got to take a
You're gonna play the quiet
2-hour
game.
nap. You guys will be, and that's when you're going to go down to the pool and have a margarita.
Yes.
Just walk around and breathe in all of the air.
I dream of that moment.
Yeah, that's coming. JR in Shady Grove, 877-377-6963. That's the number to text or call. JR, good morning. What's on your mind?
Hey, you know what? I'm having a hard time convinced that Cal is still hungry. And the reason I say that is just because of if a coach is still hungry, that continuity and that drive on the court from the players should be there. A few years ago, Arkansas, I remember they hired John Chavez for a defensive coordinator position, and he had all these great defenses, that we played against LSU, and I think I can't remember where he's at, Texas A&M, maybe, I don't know. Yep. He came in, and it's just like, is the hunger, is he at that age right now where his drive and his hunger, is still wanting to produce that on the court?
Let me ask you a question.
Playing for him right now.
I hear you, and I've heard this from other people. What do you see or not see that leads you to that? And by the way, I totally agree with you on John Chavis.
But there's no comparison between John Calipari and John Chavis.
That is also true.
I mean, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, I'm wondering about the drive. The other night in that game with Oklahoma, there was a play. I mean, there were several, but there was one play where this freshman, the ball went out of bounds. He hustled after it, threw it back in. We had 4 guys standing there, like in free throw position, and none of our guys went after the ball, and this kid from Oklahoma swoops in there and gets it and makes a layup. And it's the little things like that right there. It's almost like, where is that desire to be after that ball 100% of the time?
So you're talking about the players being
we noticed the bad plays. We noticed the bad plays, but JR, if you look at the rebounding totals, Arkansas is not getting massacred on the boards. That's not happening. We notice when the other team gets a rebound and scores. But you know what? We've gotten rebounds and scored on other teams too. I hear you on that part. But sometimes when you don't win, people think you're not trying. When I look at this team, I don't see a lack of effort. I see a lack of good, talented bodies out there. I think he's got to get more people in. I just don't think
the continuity. I mean, he doesn't have the continuity there to get those guys to be able to compete together. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that for whatever reason, the combination of people that he's brought in right now has not clicked. My opinion is that when he has a more complete roster, and look, the onus is on him to do that. He's got to go get it. He's got to go bring them in. But I don't think he's done. I don't see anything. Now, it's a common narrative. And when a guy's 65, of course you wonder that. I mean, it's not always justified, but it's only natural to wonder that. But I don't see a guy who's lost his fire. I see a guy who's really frustrated right now that they're not winning.
Thank you.
Thanks for the call. I appreciate the question because I feel like a lot of people.
I think it's a natural question, yes.
But I agree with you. Is he the same coach that he was 15 years ago? Maybe not. But is he a washed-up coach that doesn't know what he's doing and doesn't show any desire, fire, or motivation? Absolutely not. Not even close. I haven't seen anything like that. His energy level is through the roof. I think they made some mistakes here. By the way, they weren't the only ones. Everybody thought the roster they had would perform better than it has. And then people want to go to, well, why is it not performing? look, at some point, players have to play. Everybody there takes responsibility, okay? This is not placing blame. But at some point, when we're talking about the coach cannot put the ball in the basket. The coach cannot make free throws. The coach cannot make wide open shots. And they are getting open. And they are in a position to perform well. And for whatever reason, it hasn't happened.
They don't shoot well. They don't shoot well as a team. I mean, that's just a cold, hard reality. This is not a great shooting team. And that's why they're having to try to win games in other ways right
By the way, they do play hard.
Though
I mean, they're holding teams below their season averages. They're playing defense. It's not like they're not giving effort.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because when people say they're not trying, I want to see more effort, they're getting – look at the averages, the scoring averages of the teams Arkansas has played. Look at what they averaged before they played Arkansas, and look what they scored in that game. Now, look, Arkansas has not scored more than the other side, and that's why they're 1-6. But to me, this team does not shoot the ball real well. But defensively and effort-wise, just because it's ugly doesn't mean they're not trying.
Brought to you in part by Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. We'll get back to your thoughts coming up on the Chuck and Bo Show. They got a grand opening coming up at Blakeman's February 8th. So make plans to go check out the newly renovated 10,000-foot store. It is awesome. Blakeman's has everything you need to celebrate any milestone or special occasion, from stunning engagement rings to gifts. It's all there at Blakeman's. Watches. I got a watch there the other day. Feels great. Love it. Love the shopping experience at Blakeman's. It's where your search ends and your story begins. Back in a minute. It is 6:33. Good morning. The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, first and foremost, congratulations on the official launch of the Chuck and Bo Show. I want to know, how did you guys decide which name went first, Chuck or Bo? Was that a flip of the coin?
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweating 'em Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweating'emcosmetic.com and click on the Sweating 'em Edge.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
I want Texas to lose. Yeah, I want them to rot in hell.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for the best Razorbacks insight and analysis?
Hell yes.
How about listening to an Arkansas football legend?
Matt Jones, all he does is make big plays.
What's the voice of the Hogs have to say?
Hey, what a great crowd last night.
Don't forget about the Omahogs.
The Hogs are going to Omaha.
Matt Jones, Chuck Barrett, and Phil Elson, the best in the business, on the Hit That Line podcast network. Go to hitthatline.com or search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out out their work.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm
gonna have
systems
three
as well
players
as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Hey, this is Ty Richardson for Jake Neal and his team at Jerry Neal's Barbecue. Jake's dad, Jerry, started cooking barbecue at Jerry Neal's in 1977, and Jake took over and has been doing the same thing ever since. I got ribs the last time I was there. Woo! Man, they were good. Don't forget about the catfish either. It's cooked to order, so it's hot and fresh every single time. The best catfish in the River Valley. Jerry Neal's Barbecue, Catfish, and Catering, 1823 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Fan. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike
Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, a Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, full landscaping. Plus, a Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. That's a Cut Above, 719-5605.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You know, the family that listens to the Chuck and Bo Show together stays together. That's what you got to remember.
That's great.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I've decided that Jerry Jones, his strategy in hiring, by the way, as we talk about coaches and Cal going back to Kentucky, there's a topic I want to get into around coaches and what do you want in a coach? Like, how do you hire a coach? Like, everybody complains or they get excited, but like, if you were picking a coach, how would you pick the coach? But I've decided how Jerry Jones picks his coaches.
How?
Whether he likes you.
Well, that's got a lot to do with it,
He likes
sure.
Brian Schottenheimer. He's got a little nickname for him. He calls him Shotty.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like he hired the family pet.
Yeah.
As the Cowboys.
The guy's like 51
next
years
coach.
old. It's not like he's a kid.
Well, it was like Christmas Day for him.
I know.
I mean, he didn't think he was ever going to get
I know.
And then Jerry goes on these like philosophical things about taking shots and risks, and there's something.
Well,
to
he's
have
getting old.
over there. And
He's
then he,
getting old.
And then he has, like that was in the press conference. Then he has a media scrum after that. All the media kind of gather around, talk to the Pope as he comes off the stage. And here's what he said.
There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes. Very low percentage.
Well,
again,
he's getting old, guys. Come on.
What is the follow-up question there? Well,
what was he talking about to begin with?
Why? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I do think he's talking about oil wells when he says some of that. Yeah. I think that's
he was going landman on him.
Like Jerry is he's just he gets up there and when I hear him talk, I really think that a lot of this is about him liking somebody, but also it's like he wants to take some giant swing and risk And it goes back to Barry Switzer. Barry Switzer selling insurance. He brings them off the street. He really rehabilitates them as a coach. They win a Super Bowl. He flips off Jimmy Johnson in the process. And it's like he's trying to do it all over again every time.
There's some truth to that. Here's the thing about it, though. Dallas has hired everybody from Bill Parcells to Dave Campo. I mean, and there's a big gap between Dave Campo and Bill Parcells, and it's just not worth it.
And nobody – I mean, I guess Mike McCarthy was the second closest to Bill Parcells when he hired him. But, look, this is – Jerry Jones has a business, and he's killing it, and they don't have to win. The Cowboys don't have to win. But, you know, you go out and you make Dak Prescott the highest paid quarterback, and every time you hire a coach, people are just like, "What? Huh? What's going on here?" But I really think I think he hires people he likes. Let's just hear a little bit more from Jerry.
I get my proverbial ass kicked over needing people in my comfort zone. Without this thing being about me in any way, if you don't think I can't operate out of my comfort zone, you're so wrong. It's unbelievable. This is as big a risk as you could take. As big a risk as you could take. No head coaching experience. Let me share something with you. With all of that, you've just heard him reference his osmosis, his family. Anybody in this room that doesn't believe the apple doesn't go far from the tree has missed it someplace down the road. Especially if there was an effort to make it that way, and there was an effort. But then you go around to the countless numbers of coaches that Shotty has served on staff with and been around, the countless players. How often do you have someone that has 25, I'm going to say 25, it may be 26, of years of working through the human relationship and working, aspiring to learn, of have his ears and eyes wide open and looking for techniques and looking for things that make coaches better.
That's how Jerry sold his coach to the biggest fan base in sports.
Well, he's got to win games, or it's going to be, a very simple deal of those words are going to just fall to the floor. I mean, nobody's going to pay any attention to it.
Well, I mean, I think Jerry loves taking risks so that if they pay off, it's like, wow, do you see what I did?
Absolutely.
You see what I did there?
There's no question about that.
You see what I did there?
I mean, it goes back to being a wildcatter and how he made his fortune, and that's just who he is. But I don't know.
So
this
let
was
me
not
ask
the
you.
one I was expecting, I'll be honest.
So while we're taking a step out there, okay, and you make yourself a little vulnerable today and take a step out there. Arkansas is 1-6 right now. The Cal era has not gotten off to the blazing start that everyone hoped it would. But are you in the camp that says, I got his back, he hired a really good coach, and he's going to be successful at Arkansas? Or are you not going there? But today's a day to take your Jerry Jones risk and get out there and say it, okay, before they go into Kentucky on Saturday. 877-377-6963. And I'll throw another thing out there as a question. Would you rather hire a Brian Schottenheimer or a John Calipari? Would you rather be the Las Vegas Raiders and hire Pete Carroll at 74, or would you rather hire Brian Schottenheimer, who's never been a head coach? 877-377-6963. And I relate all of that back to Cal.
All right, before we go to a break, before we open up the phones for your calls, Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, my partners, become partner for Bo's family. And I'm telling you, if you're buying or selling a home and you call them and you partner with them, man, they're going to be your friends, your associates, your partners for the rest of your life.
It's like having Jerry Maguire on your side.
I mean, it really is. And
I mean, I'm for real on that.
There's a process of buying a home. It's not as simple as it sounds. And particularly if you're a first-time buyer, you know that. When it comes time to sell and maybe upgrade or downsize, whatever your situation is, things are different there too. You need a real estate pro that is there with you every step of the way. That's what you're always going to find at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978. It's because they take care of their customers and they get the job done. They've got a great selection. They're all over the place. Washington, Benton counties, Fort Smith, Branson. You can check them out at WeichertGriffin.com.
There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes. Very low percentage.
646 on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Rick's in Fayetteville. Rick, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's a privilege to talk with you guys, and I love the Razorbacks.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in
There's
your
a
life.
very low.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air, Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, Precident. We'd love to help.
There's nothing we enjoy saying more than I told you so.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio. Simon, what's going on post-Christmas?
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text or use bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at WheelerPowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Proud to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Hey, this is Dr. Cole Johnson at River Valley Smile Center. You hear my partner, Dr. Charles Liggett, at 12:15 on halftime every Monday. Dr. Liggett and I have worked at River Valley Smile Center together for 11 years now. Like the Hogs, we have a great team. Do you have a unique dental procedure, a complex dental problem, or are you just nervous about dental work? Come see me for sedation dentistry, implants, implant-supported dentures, as well as cosmetic dentistry. We are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith at the River Valley Smile Center. Check us out online at rivervalleysmiles.com or call 479-646-0706.
Ty Richardson for American Patriot Promotions. They have their Meet a Gun show coming up Saturday, February 1st and Sunday, February the 2nd. The American Patriot Promotions Meet a Gun show is located at the Polk County Fairgrounds in Mena. Tickets are just $10 per person and only $8 for veterans, military, police, and first responders. For more information on this event, go to AmericanPatriotPromotions.com. American Patriot Promotions is the best avenue for outstanding gun shows.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're just going to have to go today. You're just going to have to. Today's going to be
what I
maybe
told myself.
one of those days you're just going to have to go, and you'll be glad you did.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's almost routine now. It's like old hat that Arkansas baseball is up there in the top 5 of the country. Yeah. I mean, we just stepped back and realized what an incredible job that Van Horn has done to make that a reality. You don't always win in the postseason like you want to. But the idea that you've built a program that routinely now is in the top 5 and everybody's talking about it. A&M's the projected number 1 in the country. I'm reading from The Athletic. And, you know, the same baseball writers, by the way, that Teddy Cahill is the guy on this one, used to work for Baseball America or whatever. Like, he's been around forever covering college baseball. He's come up with this. And he got A&M as the best team in the country. And right behind him is Arkansas. And, again, says Arkansas has the best pitching staff and starting rotation in all of college baseball. They got McIntyre back, Gabe Gackle back. They've added some transfers, and this team brings back some, you know, Aloy at shortstop. They brought in some transfers that can really hit. Kendall Diggs is back, and there was an article written about him the other day, and, you know, getting his swing back. He might play some first base, by the way, this year. But once again, you've got just a loaded roster, and people talking about Arkansas as one of the top 2 or 3 or 4 teams in the country.
We are so lucky with what we have with baseball. We are so lucky. We know that every year, are they going to win the national title? Well, hopefully at some point. But we know every year they're going to be on the hunt for the SEC championship. They're going to be good. We view a season as a failure if they don't go to Omaha. Do you know how many programs would like to be in that position? The SEC is loaded. Baseball, unlike in football, you're not competing against the Big Ten. And the Pac-12's gone now. The ACC is pretty good in baseball, but nowhere close to the SEC. I mean, it is if you can compete in the SEC for a championship, you can compete for everything, as we've seen. And we take it for granted. We are so spoiled. And I don't mean that critically. It's just the reality of the situation. When you win like they have, you start thinking it's a birthright. And we've gotten so far. We've gotten so good that if they host a super regional and don't win it, the whole season was a failure. And you're just so disappointed, and we've got it really good. They'll be good this year. I don't know if they'll win the whole thing or not, but they'll be good. And that's one thing we can be certain of every year, and we ought to be grateful for that. Hey, I ought to be grateful for Fayetteville Auto Park, too. They've been around a long time. Over 25 years in Northwest Arkansas. Really is where the region goes and buys automobiles. They've got great brands, Honda, Acura, Toyota, Chevy, great pre-owned selection. We're glad they're part of our show. And you can check out their selection at FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
If you can't find anything else to do today, you're sitting in line and you don't know how to spend your time, get off social media. It's Plan a Vacation Day. National Plan for Vacation Day.
I got 3 or 4 of them planned.
Hey, we're dreaming today.
That's how you get through the winter.
That's this week. Today's it's Vacation Day, but it's really Dreaming Week on the Chuck and Bo Show.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Storey talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
For 5, 10, 15 seconds, stare it down and ask yourself, is this really a bracket that's going to determine the best team in college football?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high this afternoon, upper 50s to near 60. Cloud cover will roll back in tonight. Overnight low will drop down in the upper 30s to low 40s. Limited sunshine on Wednesday. Highs will be right around the upper 50s to near 60, with a few scattered showers of storms across the south. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta, WW, Book,
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
KERX Paris Sportsman. You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
They're on a mission. This team wants to make sure that we get to the end.
Call them the Omahogs. Yes, sir.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sportsbook in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real life help you can't get on YouTube?
Hey, this is Ty Richardson for Jake Neal and his team at Jerry Neal's Barbecue. Jake's dad, Jerry, started cooking barbecue at Jerry Neal's in 1977, and Jake took over and has been doing the same thing ever since. I got ribs the last time I was there. Woo! Man, they were good. Don't forget about the catfish either. It's cooked to order, so it's hot and fresh every single time. The best catfish in the River Valley. Jerry Neal's Barbecue, Catfish, and Catering, 1823 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
What if I told you that you could get a beer at the movies?
I've heard about that too. I keep up. I just choose not to participate.
What if I told you could get a cocktail at the movies?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Is
that what you guys do? You go to the movies, just slam drinks? Yeah. Well, hell, that's the reason movies like Despicable Me 4 are like in the top 10, because people are just getting drunk.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a called play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Who's making the voyage to Lexington on Saturday? Are you going as a fan? Are you did you get your van out? You got a rental car? You gonna make the drive? You gonna fly to Lexington? I hear people making plans.
I talked to a guy last night that's going to have 5 or 6 people there on Saturday. Now I think he's forked over some cash for that, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, hey, this is the toughest ticket for a Kentucky basketball game in a long time, and they've had a lot of big games.
What does that tell you?
Well, it tells you that they're wanting to boo Cal. And that's what they're going to do.
And what does that tell you?
Well, it just tells you that's how those people are.
That's how they are.
Well, it just, hey, look,
I still have just kind of I want to evaluate why it's such a big game for them. Arkansas is 1-6
on a smaller scale
in the league,
a much smaller scale. When Houston Nutt came back with Ole Miss, that was a big week around here. Now, he's not the Hall of Fame coach like Cal is, but we had similar stuff going on here. That was kind of our big deal that week, was he's coming back, and a lot of people were just waiting on the moment to take their shot. And it's going to be the same way Saturday night up there.
It's just wild to me that they're so wrapped up with Cal.
Well, here's the deal. I mean, in all reality, somebody, there are going to be 2 teams that really need a win in that game. Kentucky again's got to play Tennessee tomorrow night in Knoxville. So it's not like Kentucky's at the top of the
Now
standings.
you got me.
What?
What happens if Arkansas wins the game?
Okay, here we go.
Now you got me.
There we go.
This is drama, man.
Oh, it would be. I'm sure it would be quite a moment. I'm sure it'd be quite a moment. The Kentucky fans would.
Would you fear for your life? Would you be like, this is awesome, and at the same time be like, you're looking around, you're maybe I should get under the table.
Run for the bus.
Like, what's happening?
Run for the bus before they put any more time
You're
back
gonna
on
need
the clock.
like a different outfit to change into. You got any Kentucky gear you can throw on to get back to the bus?
Yeah, I got some blue.
Do you have your own security detail?
No, I'm not gonna.
You may need.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Well, I don't know.
Ridiculous.
How are these people going to react?
This is about Cal and those players.
How are they going to react if they lose the game?
Well, if they,
think about it. This is set up perfectly because it would be so bad if they lost to a 1-6 team.
I'm going to stick
that
Z
is
on
so
them.
far beneath them.
I'm just going to hide behind Z because I know Z will be talking to him. So I'm just going to hide behind Z on the way out. I'm going to let him do all the dirty work.
I'm starting to get amped up about the game.
I actually think it'll be a good game.
You're getting
well,
going.
Here's
on
the
game.
deal. Well, now look, here's the deal. Over the years, there have been lots of seasons when Kentucky was better than Arkansas, and they still managed to turn out to be pretty good games up there. There's been a time or two that Kentucky's won big, but there's been a time or two we've gone up there and won. So I think it'll be a competitive game.
Here it is.
These kids are going to play for Cal. Our fan base, because of the fact we're 1-6, they may not. They may not have his back completely yet, but those players do. They'll play for
That's
him.
what I want to know right now. Like if you had to pick right now, Arkansas squeezes into the NCAA tournament.
Oh my God!
Or they beat Kentucky on Saturday. You got to pick one or the other.
Well, it's hard to see them squeezing into the NCAA tournament, honestly. If they don't beat Kentucky, I mean. They're
maybe both things happen, but
maybe.
I'm just saying. You've been listening to Kentucky fans. If you're an Arkansas fan and you have any sort of social media, it's no doubt come across your face. Come across. You've seen it.
Oh, it's inescapable.
And they are so looking down on this whole state. Tyson Foods, John Calipari, and us loser Razorbacks. And they are just giving us the business. And this is set up for them to have zero excuses because in their mind, we're so bad. We deserve each other. We got their washed up leftovers. And they're the favorite. And they're the better team. And you go in there and maybe they play tight and you play loose. And for the first time this year, the basket doesn't have a lid on it and shots fall. Oh, my gosh. What drama. I mean, would anybody sleep on Saturday night?
I don't know that we understand how larger than life he is in that state. And I'm going to give you an example. I'll reveal a personal thing right here. My dad lived in Lexington probably the last 15 years of his life before he died. So I spent some time up there here and there and for trips that had nothing to do with basketball. My dad didn't know anything about sports. How it happened with me, I have no idea. He didn't care. He was an engineer. Didn't have any, interest in it at all. He knew everything about Cal. Everybody up there knew everything about Cal. They all had an opinion on him. There was no, I can take him or leave him. And there are lots of people that live in that metropolitan area. They live in that state. And by the metropolitan area, I mean Lexington. But there are a lot of people that live around that state that may not be from Kentucky. They may not even be basketball fans. But they know all about Cal. And they've all got an opinion. I mean, there's no gray area. He's rock and roll. He's Elvis in that state. And they may not now act like they were, just so enraptured by him years ago, but they were. And now they act like they're better than him. And they knew, he was just there at their disposal. But it is a huge deal in that state. I can just tell you for Kentucky fans, just Kentuckians, period, it's a big deal in that state.
I didn't know that about you, and you didn't know this about me. My dad grew up in Kentucky. He went to high school in Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
All right.
His brother went to
6
high
degrees
school
of Kentucky
in
right here.
Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and grew up a massive Kentucky fan. I have family still on my dad's side of the family that live there. Some of them are Kentucky fans, but the ones I hear from are the Louisville fans. Cousin Jimmy Mattingly will text me about how much he has lots of name calling for Big Blue Nation. And what you forget about is there is a large group of people that want to see Arkansas go into Kentucky and beat them, and they're all Louisville fans.
I was going to say, we have no idea, as Arkansas fans, we have no idea how Louisville is going to be pulling for us Saturday night.
There is pressure on Kentucky in this game.
You know, Matt Zimmerman said something the other night. We were talking about it, and I didn't really think about it at the time, and you just kind of said it right there. He said all the pressure is going to be on Kentucky. He said all the pressure is going to be on them, regardless of what happens in our game tonight. This was before the OU game. Regardless of what happens, they'd already lost to Vanderbilt. He said regardless of what happens with their game at Tennessee, all the pressure is going to be on them because all 20,000 people in that arena are coming for one thing. Not just to beat Arkansas, to run Calipari out of the gym. They want blood. They want a blowout. They want 30 points. They want, they want his head on a platter. And if they don't get it, they're going to be disappointed. I'm just telling you that's how it is.
It's only Tuesday.
I know.
The game is not until Saturday. And I did not expect to get into this like this today, but Cal had a show last night. And a lot of the talk was about the return to Kentucky, and it's like this is suddenly just the reality of it being a massive event. It's suddenly not. I'm aware of it.
Here's what's got to happen though. Arkansas's got to play well, and here's why I'm saying this. The people that are making a big deal about this right now are Kentucky fans and media. Media primarily because of the Kentucky fans, and because Cal's going back, and it's a big story. I don't think our fans want to do anything but win a game. Our fans are looking at our team. Well, I don't give a rip about Kentucky. Don't care if it's a big deal in the Bluegrass State or not. Their team's 1-6, and they're pissed off about it. And so I just think that one of the fascinating things about this week is the fact that you've got one group that can't wait and another group that just wants to win a game.
And not sure if they have his back. Like, do you have Cal's back going into this? Are you invested in this game?
Well, I think there's
not?
just to be honest, I think Arkansas fans want to see if Cal's invested in them, and I think some of the people in the basketball program want to see if the fans are invested on that side. I just don't think there's been a full mesh yet, and it's because you're 1-6. Pure and simple. Let me tell you something.
We need a send-off.
Hang on just a second.
We need a send-off.
If they win next year, if they're winning next year, our fans are going to love this guy like they've not loved anybody since Nolan Richardson. The reason they fell in love with Muss was because Muss took his shirt off, jumped into the stands, told them how great they were. Told us all how great we were.
Took selfies with the students.
Took selfies, did the whole deal. We came away with the impression, he loves us as much as, he loves the Razorbacks as much as we do. Until, of course, he left. And I just wonder, because Cal's a little more reserved. Cal's, been to the mountaintop.
Well, he spent 15 years at Kentucky where they do things a different way than we do it here.
Right. That's fair, too. There's an adjustment period that has been lengthened by the fact they're not winning games. If it turns around, when it turns around, everything will come together. Until then, it's going to be kind of like it is right now.
I think we need a day of hugs before they go to Lexington.
You think that's it?
Like do the high school send-off thing. The fire trucks come and everybody lines up and the team goes out in the buses and we're all cheering, go get them. And maybe do like a handshake line before that. At lot 56 over there. And, let's
have a big send-off.
We're in this together. Go kick that butt.
You don't see that happen with a lot of teams that have lost 6 of 7 conference games. And that's just kind of the way it is. Big Blue. Let's kick some Big Blue Nation butt.
BBN booty. Let's go. Go get them. 877-377-6963. It's 7:15 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Bo, it's good to hear you back on the radio, man. I missed you in the afternoons, and you guys seem to be gelling right along. So it's good to hear both of you on morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you suffer from sleep apnea, but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville. Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge. The two best guys in mediocre sports radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth, and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Like me.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch, and Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley. Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're telling me it's not about me.
Well,
and my
not entirely.
troubles.
No, don't misunderstand me. It is all about you, but maybe not quite to the degree that we might hope.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Sure is.
American the Dominoes, man. That's
what
big.
is Bart's gone today, and what's happening in studio is a lot.
Edward is
moving. His
He's
shit.
doing all the things he's wanted to do for several days, and now that Bart's sick,
several weeks,
taking over. Now that Bart's sick, and not here, Edward feels free to do whatever he wants.
If the Hogs win on Saturday,
can I get out of here? I'm trapped.
Will Cal take his shirt off?
Oh, I'm sorry.
This will be the new walking path.
We'll see about that. There's an office over there, and we have the locker room and the steam sauna.
We'll get you.
We don't know.
We'll get you.
Hey, by the way, how are you this morning? It's just a little check-in. Love to hear from you. 877-377-6963. How's your day? What do you got going on today? What's life like for you today? I just, feel like we ought to maybe get to know the audience
Really?
today a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, just
show your soul to them.
Just share.
Bare your
I mean, you
soul.
and I share. That was some personal stuff we shared about your dad, my dad.
We just
I didn't see that
we
coming
just said
today.
where they lived.
Well, I didn't see.
I mean, it's
Well,
not
you
like
said-
it's not
you
like we
said-
went into a deep
well,
dive.
You said when you went into it, this is a little personal.
Well,
And I was
that's
like,
because
I
I
was
want-
on the edge of my
Well,
seat.
you know, you
I
have
was
to,
like, no,
you have
Chuck,
to
what are you gonna
dramatize.
share
You have
with
to
us?
dramatize things a little
What are
bit.
you going to share?
I mean, this is theater of the mind. You know, I mean, you have to make it sound bigger than it really is.
Are you going to share like what spot you've picked out for vacation today,
Nope.
or are you keeping that?
Nope.
You
That's
holding that
just-
close to the vest?
I've not decided yet. I've not decided.
You know, like maybe a top three.
Well, I got 3 or 4 topics,
So-
or three
So
or
you're
4
thinking,
topics.
You're thinking Big Cedar and Branson. That's one.
That's the bailout. Big Cedar's the bailout.
you got that.
When it's like, why don't we stick close to home?
It's National Plan a Vacation Day. Who came up with? How did that become a national day?
People selling
Today?
vacation
Right,
packages.
there you
That's
go.
how it
Yeah,
happened.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yep,
That's how it happened.
National Blueberry Pancake Day. Do you like?
I don't like pancakes.
Pancakes with
Nah,
like chocolate chips or blueberries.
I don't
or-
like all that syrup. It's just I get too bloated. It's just I just don't like it.
I don't
Hey,
like. I don't like pancakes. What else do you not like?
Well,
Hot dogs?
No, I love hot dogs. I'm just not into pancakes. I know a lot of people are. It's not my thing.
You're dangerously close to sounding un-American.
I
there
would
for a
rather
second.
have bacon and eggs.
National Kazoo Day.
I played a kazoo.
Now this is the when I. Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, tell me more.
You guys haven't played kazoos back in the day? You guys too old to have played kazoos?
I mean, New Year's
old.
Eve is about the only time.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve or a soccer match.
I like a good kazoo.
The Vuvuzuela. play that. This is the national day that I was excited about for Chuck, though.
It's also Data Privacy
It's
Day.
Data Privacy Day.
Yeah. Is it data or data?
Well, I go with data.
Which is it, Edward? Data or data? Are both correct?
Data.
I
go with data.
I think either one.
I'm going data. I'm going data.
You're the one that
I know.
loves to say
I
things
know.
differently.
You're right.
What are some
You're
of-
exactly
what are
right.
some of your other words?
No, you're right.
Is it details or
No,
detail?
It's details.
Details.
Yeah. Is it TV or TV? Television or TV?
There's another one I'm trying to remember that you have.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Research. You say research.
You know, I'm
Oh, and you say
oh yeah. Oh, that's good.
Do
Yeah,
you-
that's he does.
Do you say insurance or insurance?
insurance?
Honestly,
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Insurance.
Chuck fancies himself as a phrase.
That's
turner.
not true.
And
That
a
is not
broadcaster.
true. That is
Research.
absolutely not true.
I'm a guy that's just on a microphone
Yeah,
talking.
whatever.
Chuck's like gonna. He's got to eloquently.
That
say
is
it.
absolutely not true.
Here's the official.
Weave it just right.
Here's the official pronunciation of DATA.
All right.
You ready?
It's
Data.
It's pronunciation, by
Data.
the way, not pronunciation.
Good mercy. What like?
This guy.
By the way, when do we have National AI Day? Is that coming? National. Like I don't know
I
what
hope
to do
not.
with AI.
I
Other
Well,
than
those
our
are the
voices.
guys that are going to replace us. So I guess we need to get to
The
know
actual
how it
show?
works.
Yeah. 877-377-6963. So I'm watching these NFL coaches, the hirings and the firings. And I love talking about coaches from this standpoint because every time it doesn't go well, it's the coach's fault and we got to fire the coach. But why is it so hard to hire successful coaches or coaches that are then successful? Like, have you ever thought about this? Most coaches don't work out. Most coaches get fired. Almost all of them. What's so difficult? And why do we as fans think we always have the answer to what would really work? But all these NFL organizations, for example, are firing coaches, and then it's like, do we recycle the old? Oh, here's Pete Carroll. Let's bring Pete Carroll in.
73, 74,
Well, yeah,
however old
yeah.
he is. But
And-
he's a young 74.
He is. Also, I was thinking about Pete Carroll. Like, why does he want to still coach?
Because that's who he is.
Yeah, I guess.
That's his
but-
identity. I mean, that's who he is.
I know, but at some point, don't you want to do something else?
Not if that's what you love. I mean, I can understand. I can understand that.
What do you love that much that you want to do until you're 74?
Why do you think I'm here?
This show.
I mean, why do you think I'm here?
You're not going to be here at 74.
Well, you don't know that. I mean, look, I'm not planning on it. But
you
there's a lot of things that have happened in my life I didn't plan on.
I gave you a lifetime contract thinking that you were going to be done at 70.
Yeah, well.
I'm being really honest now.
Yeah, well.
Sorry. So you're saying you're going to stick around longer?
In my mind, lifetime means lifetime. I mean, right to my last breath.
I underestimated
You're going to be
that.
paying me to my last breath. That was my plan.
Wow.
Maybe.
I hope it's not right here.
Maybe somebody else.
It's just like, well, there he went, folks.
No.
His dream came true.
I understand.
Just the way he wanted to go.
I understand why these guys want to do this, and part of it is because people are telling them they can't anymore. And that's part of the motivator.
But why do we as fans act like it's so easy to hire a coach?
Well, I don't know, because
like,
we throw a lot of good money after bad.
Right. And we're always getting, and then we blame everything on the coach. But it's part of it is you're in a competitive situation. I mean, like, you play games and they keep score for everybody to watch. And not everybody can win. Like, how many teams this year did you think at some point in the NFL, like, oh man, they're pretty good, and they didn't make it as far as you thought they were going to make it. The Ravens, I'm looking at you. I mean, John Harbaugh's a good coach, and everybody every year is like, oh, look out for the Ravens, and they're pretty good every year. But at some point, Baltimore is going to be like, we're Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh. Yeah, it's just not good enough. So let's go get a Brian Schottenheimer who's never coached as a head coach before.
Man, that one's a puzzler to me. I mean, it really is. I'm not knocking Brian Schottenheimer. Hey, if I could coach, I'd coach. But
so then Arkansas goes and hires a Hall of Famer, and now there's something wrong with that.
Well, look, we talk out of both sides of our mouth. If Hunter had hired somebody other than John Calipari, and then we found out later Cal would have come, I mean, everyone would wonder why they didn't do that. And that's just the nature of the business. It's a hard job. It is a really hard job.
It's really hard to hire great coaches that are going to be successful at your place.
One of the things, and this is one of the reasons, quite honestly, I am not in the business of criticizing coaches, is, man, a lot of their job security is decided upon by people that they don't understand what they're doing. I mean, and by they, I mean the coaches. They don't understand, coaching a team, what it's like. They understand being an administrator. I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. I'm just saying that's a natural byproduct of it all. Hey, look, I'm old school. I believe football people should hire football coaches. I believe basketball people should hire basketball coaches. I don't give a rip about what the marketing people think. I don't care about I don't care about selling tickets. I don't care about who's going to be best in front of the camera. I don't care about how this affects the bottom line on business. I want somebody that, football people have said is a good football coach, and people that know basketball or baseball or whatever. My point is that people that don't know enough about the subject matter shouldn't be doing the hiring. And we see that all over sports.
Not just sports.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I want to find somebody that's got a hit rate on hiring.
Fair enough.
Like anywhere.
No, you're right.
Like I want to go to a conference and hear from somebody who's got like an 80% hit rate on all the people they've hired in their career. I just think it's rare. I think we all have unreasonable expectations, starting with me. Like, you want things to be a certain way, and you're upset when they're not. And the reality is we want them to be that way because it's so rare that they are. 877-377-6963. That doesn't mean we settle. Doesn't mean you're like, oh, well, I guess I might as well not try. But I think hiring people and having them be successful. I mean, just look at this mess we've got going here. 877.
It's going to be better soon.
I just hope
It's going to be a new studio tomorrow when you guys come in.
Jerry called him Shoddy. I'm telling you, he hires people he likes. Mm-hmm. If we had worked the last 20, 30 years to become friends with Jerry, we would be hired too.
We're all that way. The media is worse than anybody, myself included. We like people that like us. And Jerry likes people that like him.
I like you.
That's just
I
the
just
truth.
really like you. I do. I want to say it now for everyone to know. I like Chuck.
I like you
Chuck.
too, Bo.
Bye.
I like you too, Edward.
Thanks.
We are not liked by everyone.
No.
Certain.
That has been made clear. The Chuck and Bo Show, brought to you by First Security Bank, the first official bank, the only bank of the Chuck and Bo Show, First Security Bank. They got all things you need to bank better. But it's more than that because they're all in on local support and convenient locations, and they're all about Arkansas. You'll never walk into a First Security Bank and not feel like you're at home. Totally welcome, and the customer service is exactly what you would expect. They've got a great hit rate on hiring because they're always friendly, local banking. Bank better with First Security Bank. You can check them out online, fsbank.com. Bank better at First Security Bank, member FDIC. It's 7:31 on the Chuck and Bo Show. It's Tuesday. Good morning.
Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We just really appreciate all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
You talking to me?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville. Does the show feel like it's always a friendly environment? I was going to say, just like
I guess it depends on which side of the fence you're on.
It's friendly. Sometimes you get yelled at, but it's still friendly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Goldberg with his new glasses. Looks like Clark Kent. This guy is dominating offensively. He's also a quality guy. We had more fun talking with him. He was a walk-on. Now he's an All-American. He also is brilliant. He's a great student. Last week he got his MBA. The guy is just what top football is all about.
I've been called everything. Clark Kent, Kurt Rambis, Drew Carey, you name it, I've been called it.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
It's time to start the year strong at Heartland Honda Power Sports and Marine. Don't miss our first huge sale in 2025, featuring unbeatable discounts and exclusive incentives on many of your favorite Honda rides, like Honda Ranchers, Honda Pioneers, and Honda Goldwing, plus so much more. Whether you're tackling trails or cruising in style, we've got the perfect ride for you. Visit Heartland Honda in Springdale today and make 2025 your best year yet. Heartland Honda, work hard, play hard. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda ATVs side-by-sides are 16 years and older.
Ty Richardson, we're live here at First Financial Mortgage. I'm here with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan, I know I probably texted you 100 times during this process, man. I didn't know what I was doing. Luckily, you did.
Yeah, Ty. It was always great working with you. Glad we could help you get closed. A good loan officer is someone who can answer questions after hours, before hours, and be available when you're needed. We get pre-qualifications in, get buyers pre-qualified so they can search for homes and get them closed quick. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5. FFB1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
The Party Place has everything you need for special occasions. Super Bowl parties, Mardi Gras celebrations, Valentine's decorations, and more. Party supplies for 1 to 100. Shop the Party Place in Fort Smith.
It's time to party. So come to the Party Place. Let's party.
The Party Place in the Tuesday Morning Building behind Ashley Furniture in Fort Smith.
Get ready for your party at the Party Place.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. Cecil, this is the one-stop shop.
Yes, Jazzco Graphics Design, the one-stop shop, 2415 Midland, for your customer buck order.
Why ESPN 95.3?
I really enjoy listening in, and it keeps my day going while I'm at work. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta www book
Dad,
Ram,
it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
Pretty exciting. First time that we've done a podcast, and we're going to try to promote Fort Smith Public Schools, what we do with our basketball at all 6 schools, the 4 middle schools and both high schools. And then, of course, we've got several big-time tournaments coming up, one that starts today. And so this is going to be exciting.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com.
Cadence for 3, it's on the way. Yes! Yes!
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I mean, I have a keen perception of the obvious. Let me tell you, I notice things that other people don't notice. And I am curious about why this has happened.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'll tell you what I'm curious about. You watch that new golf thing?
No.
I need somebody to explain to me how this works.
I had somebody asking me
It's
about it
on Monday
yesterday.
night, this Tiger thing, TGL. We're doing Cal's show last night, and it's on one of the televisions there at Sassy's. And I notice, as I look around the room, particularly some of the guys, checking it out. And they've got this simulator, and everybody kind of looks over, hey, have you watched this golf thing? I'm like, I'm trying to figure it all out. I guess next week I'm going to tape it.
They do it at SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, they do it at SoFi.
And they use,
It's a
simulation,
simulator, yeah.
but then they chip and putt like
Are
on
those actual greens? They're actual
Yeah,
greens,
well, I
right?
mean, I think they're synthetic, but yeah.
And they're situated, I guess there's 9 of them, 18 of them, situated around the arena, right?
Yeah.
But the actual shot to get you to the green is into the simulator. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that the approach shot
I got you.
or the drive.
Or the drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then they've got like real grass pads out there to hit off.
Well,
like I'm still trying to get my
I know.
head. I've seen a lot.
I'm
of
not
it.
trying to pin you down. I
didn't know that I needed to do research.
No,
not research, but
I'm not
research for the project.
Research. I'm
And
not,
Bart's not here. I'm sure he'd be able to help with this.
I'm sure he's probably screaming at the radio right now if he's awake. But somebody said the other night that Tiger, like he was 130 yards or something away from the green, and he hit it like over the green into the water.
Yeah, like 20,
which would never happen. Never happen.
No,
in
you're
real
not going to
life.
miss club
Yeah,
20 yards.
I mean,
indoors.
Tiger's not going to do. He might miss it by 6 inches, but he's not going to miss it by 20 feet. I mean, you've heard these guys on TV. Oh, I want to hit 152 yards and spin it back. It's like, are you kidding me?
Oh,
it's amazing. But
the people that love to play golf and take it seriously and win the club championships at their local country club, they're scoffing at this.
Are they?
Yeah. The casual golf
regular guys love it, from what I
seem
gather.
to enjoy it. And I think one of the best things about it is they're mic'd up and you're hearing conversation and banter. Like, so you get to know them better. And
that's
you
the one
see-
thing that I've heard is like, this is like going and playing golf with your buddies. You know, I don't know if they're cracking open a beer on TV or not.
This simulator golf stuff is
it's huge.
Well, it's becoming bigger, and is it going to last?
Yes, it'll last.
Do you think, like, if I said to you, hey, man, do you want to, let's pretend it's 72 and sunny, and we're going to go play golf this afternoon. I know you wouldn't play with me. You would say no, and then I'd probably see you out there playing with someone else. But pretending that you would play golf with me, if I said today, and we didn't have anything going on, hey, let's go play the Masters course on the simulator in Rogers, at, Cart Path Social or Brews and Birdies.
I would say okay.
Would you want to? Okay, so then we did that. Do you think we're going to go back like a week later, like we would if we played actual golf?
See, here's the thing I wonder about this, and I'm just asking. I don't know. If you're trying to grow the game, and obviously that's at least in part of what they're trying to make money. But but in the process of making money, they're trying to grow the game. If you play on a simulator and if you're into that and if you go to these places and you do all this, are you more apt on the next sunny day to go spend 4 hours on the golf course? Because the attraction in all this is that it's so quick. You don't have to necessarily spend 4 hours out there. Will the people that get interested in this transfer that out of doors to play real golf?
I think it's good to grow the game.
I don't know.
I think it's good to grow the game.
I don't know.
Alan's in Farmington. He's our correspondent on the spot.
Yeah, what's the story on this, Alan?
Hey, Chuck, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. You remember me giving you golf lessons?
Yeah, it didn't work very well, but you were a good teacher. I just wasn't a very good student.
So here's the deal. They have one green, and it's not at the SoFi Stadium. It's at a different SoFi deal, but they have one green that rotates, and it also has all these, I don't know how to explain it, a bunch of things under the green that adjust the undulation of the green, and the hole stays in the same place, but they rotate the green around, and they go from the simulator, they walk back behind them to the green, and it has real sand and all that. And they have a laser that points where the ball needs to be placed based on where it landed on the simulator. And the simulator has a bunch of crazy, funky holes that you would never have on a golf course. It's kind of cool, fun to watch for a little bit. Does it relate to the real golf course? I don't know. Those guys seem to be enjoying it. It's kind of like a league, almost like a soccer league a little bit.
But you like it.
But golf-related.
We watched it. So
how long is an event? Like an hour, 2 hours?
Yeah, how long does it take to play 18?
I mean, how long are you watching it on television? My question is more like, how long can you go until you're bored with it? Like when you're watching?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it the first night and kind of got bored with it after 9 holes.
That makes sense.
The first Alan's 9 holes is alternate shot.
Apparently, he gave you lessons.
The first 9 holes is alternate shot, and then after those 9 holes, they play singles against each other, and they alternate every other hole who plays singles. And there's 3 players, so I think they only play 6 holes of singles, 2 each.
Okay. Well, it sounds like people are paying attention.
Well, from what I gathered.
We'll see if it's going to take off. I think they're still figuring it out, too, like the format, what works. And I looked up an article because you put me on the spot.
I'm sorry.
And so I was like, I really need to find something out here. And it sounds like they're still kind of getting their footing on what really works and what's fun and what's attractive to view.
I guess last night they had Tiger and Rory McIlroy on there, and that's a pretty good start. If you want to get people to watch, get your stars on there.
Yeah. When's Daly?
Yeah.
When is John Daly's appearance?
That would be fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's, Daly's a showman.
Yeah.
Alan, thanks for the update.
No, that was good info.
Have a great day.
Yeah,
All right,
you
thank
too.
you. Thank you.
Thank God for Alan.
I get the sense that this is I hear people talking. I keep my ear to the ground, Bo. And
you do.
I hear people talking about this. I hear people talking about it. That it's like it's at least interesting enough to check it out. And golf simulators can be fun. I mean, look, sometimes you get one like 250 down the pipe on a simulator, and it's like I could never do that in real life.
I don't know. You probably could.
Well,
maybe, now you got your shoulder fixed.
Maybe it's not completely healed yet. But
that needs to be Edward. Write that on the social media board.
Yeah.
Chuck plays golf.
Yes,
we follow him around.
Absolutely,
we show some of his awful.
No, we're not
mic'd up,
yeah.
GoPros,
Yeah.
the whole deal.
We're
gonna, a lot of bad words.
We need like a listener competition versus.
Let's just
Chuck
have a
on
golf
par
tournament.
3.
Let's just have the Chuck and Bo Show golf tournament.
Last. I'd finish dead last in that.
For charity.
I suck at golf.
You do?
I won't be there.
I'll
be there to film.
You've
I
given
won't
up
be there
on
to.
it. You quit.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. No, actually.
Took 2 weeks off and then quit.
I've never seen a more serious look on your face. Like the idea of bringing it up is pissing him off.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't stand golf. I can't do
Look
it.
at him.
I sort of gathered,
I'm
man.
so bad.
So the things you can't do, you just hate.
Well,
I'm just asking.
that's a general.
You can't
blanket.
play golf, so you just hate it.
I tried for years and years and years.
Edward's like, let me tell you how I feel about
I don't
golf.
have a good time. I don't have a good time.
It sounds like you have a bad time just talking about it.
I
Line
do.
it up and throw it away.
Wow. I don't want Edward in my cart.
Well, if you want to feel better and not be so irritable, I would go
Jeez,
to
Edward.
Sweatinum Edge and get checked out. You might have low hormones. I mean, you might need some hormone therapy. You might just need your levels checked. I mean, there's all kind of things that can be happening when you're angry or tired. And believe me, I know. Because for a long time, I was just tired a lot in the afternoons. A lot of energy drinks, those are gone. The Sweatinum Edge is where it's at for me. I would just encourage you to get checked out. Log on to SweatinumCosmetic.com. Click on the Sweatinum Edge. Just fill out the quick survey or questions they have for you. You're going to get in there, get evaluated, and then get the results and find out what you can do about feeling and looking better. And I'm telling you, there's a reason why people are talking about this, because it is a game changer. And feeling better throughout your day, and you stack weeks on top of each other feeling better, you'll be shocked at what it does for your life. SweatinumEdge.com or the SweatinumCosmetic.com. Click on the Sweatinum Edge. Chuck and I have both done it, better off for it, and I know I'm feeling great today. Fired up! SweatinumCosmetic.com, the Sweatinum Edge. Back in a minute on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck, I believe this is all your fault.
Yeah,
I believe
thank you.
so.
All right, thank you. And it's because he doesn't have YouTube TV, for starters.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, Precedent. We'd love to help.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party or just stop by and grab your favorite. neighbor. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
We were doing everything right. We were moving the ball. We had it. We booped. Wide open miss. Another one here missed. I was ready to strangle myself. Like, come on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Watch every Hog game this season at Joe's Grill and Cantina, your home for half-price apps and taps during every Hog game. With TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat for all the action. Half-price appetizers like Joe's Sampler Platter, Ballpark Nachos, Tin Layer Dip, Brisket Nachos, and Mexican Pizza. And ask about Joe's Tailgate packages to make your football experience even better in the comfort of your home. Half-price apps and taps for every Hog game at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson. We're live at First Financial Mortgage with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan was my mortgage lender here, and Ethan, between you and Emily, over 2 decades.
Yeah, we've got quite a bit of experience here to help you get closed on a home really quick. We offer custom financing available through VA, FHA, RD, and conventional loans. First Financial Mortgage has a great history of lending in the area. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5, ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
Hey, Ty Richardson for JamMart. JamMart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. JamMart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero JamMart locations. And stop by any of the 6 JamMart locations in the area. JamMart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Bart, I marvel at your wisdom.
Okay.
I don't know how to do this, but because you're so much smarter than me, I'm sure you do.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, look at this, Chuck. The ACC is getting progressive, innovative, thoughtful.
What are they doing?
Well, Commissioner Jim Phillips said that the league could consider giving its regular season champion, that would have been SMU this year, a bye in their conference championship game, and have the teams that finish second or third in the league standings play for the ACC championship.
What?
So give the regular season champ
a bye into what?
They don't play in their championship game. You've already won the regular season championship, so you get to sit out, and we're going to play the second and third teams. So Clemson and whoever would have been behind them this year, they're going to play for the ACC championship. Therefore, SMU can't get hurt by playing in the championship game.
And they might get another team in. Well, we're all such prisoners of the moment that sometimes we watch a game and a team wins and we think they're better than they are.
I just can't imagine how does that work?
I don't know.
How do you win the regular season? And
I don't think that's going to go over well, and I can't even imagine they're even going to do it.
Well, they're talking
about. Well, they're just. I mean, if you're the ACC commissioner right now, you're just trying to stay in the game. I mean, you're just trying to be relevant. I mean, you come up with anything just to get them to talk about you, because hey, that's the Big Ten's made their move. The SEC's is great. You know, I mean, just look at the record. The ACC, the Big 12, with every year that passes, that gap's going to grow a little bit wider.
Speaking of the playoff and getting into the playoff, ESPN's got their first 2025 college football prediction out.
Yeah?
Yeah, tell me how you like this. 9th-seeded LSU plays number 8 Oregon. Number 12 Boise at Penn State. Number 11 Iowa State at Notre Dame. Number 10 South Carolina at Georgia. Ohio State, BYU, Clemson, and Texas have byes. That's your Way too early.
I'll bet BYU is in the playoff.
College
next
football prediction.
That'll be my early prediction.
I don't
BYU is in the playoff.
I don't see Arkansas in there. What's Arkansas's odds to win the national championship next year?
Plus
25,000.
25,000.
Why would you not put $10 on that?
I have no. I mean, I would. If I was a bettor, I would.
Absolutely.
You know,
Going to do it.
you
during
guys
the
going to
break.
load up?
Yeah. Well, $10.
You know, all right. Well, why not go 20?
What's the math on that?
I mean,
I'll get back to
Is
you.
that 250,000?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a private equity guy. We're just the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life. Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
Know what else makes you an Arkansas Razorback fan? Going to the University of Arkansas. How about playing football for the team?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No.
Very much?
No, what?
Like,
please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high this afternoon, upper 50s to near 60. Cloud cover will roll back in tonight. Overnight low will drop down in the upper 30s to low 40s. Limited sunshine on Wednesday. Highs will be right around the upper 50s to near 60, with a few scattered showers of storms across the south. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal? I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you stuck in a paper jam of printer prices? Paper cuts from budget cuts? Don't throw in the towel. Call Dixie Digital Imaging and dive into our new and used inventory blowout. We're slashing prices on top-of-the-line Xerox, Brother, and Epson printers and multifunction devices. Gently used or brand new models that are tired of being in our warehouse. Don't miss out on these deals. Call 479-783-6600 for more details. Quantities and availability are limited. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Hey, this is Ty Richardson for Jake Neal and his team at Jerry Neal's Barbecue. Jake's dad, Jerry, started cooking barbecue at Jerry Neal's in 1977, and Jake took over and has been doing the same thing ever since. I got ribs the last time I was there. Woo! Man, they were good. Don't forget about the catfish either. It's cooked to order, so it's hot and fresh every single time. The best catfish in the River Valley. Jerry Neal's Barbecue, Catfish, and Catering, 1823 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
How do you get restaurants, how do you tell them to make the bacon the way that you want the bacon? Because sometimes if you order it crispy, it comes out and it's just like charred.
You say, I want it crispy, not charred. Sometimes when you guys bring it out, it's charred. I don't want it charred.
When it's charred, it's like...
No, hell no.
That's right. Now, I'm just going to tell you, if it's charred, I'm going to send it back.
Bring that plate out.
No, hell no.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Safe Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you
Bo.
believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Glad you're here. Thanks for making us part of your day. I missed out last night. I missed out on the Cal show at Sassy's. Sometimes I just get lost on the schedule.
It said reserved for Bo Mattingly.
The one time I asked Chuck to get me in, he's like, yeah, we don't have room.
Yeah, that was a football show.
And, well, they didn't have any room last night.
And you hit me up last minute.
Well, why else would I need you?
Well, I know.
You know what I mean? I need a juice.
I need a couple of days' notice.
I need somebody with, some juice to be able to help me out. But the Cal show was very Kentucky heavy last night, as he is going to return to the Bluegrass State on Saturday. And it's going to be pretty wild. It's going to be pretty raucous in there. It's going to be pandemonium in Rupp Arena.
It's going to be an all-day deal, too. I mean,
it's at 9 o'clock.
The game's not until 9 o'clock local time.
Like, the TV.
8 o'clock here, 9 o'clock there.
9
and it'll be
o'clock.
like 9:10.
Why?
Because it's the last.
Do you, wait all day to play that game?
I don't know.
Kentucky fans are going to be pre-gaming all day.
There will be a group of people, I'm sure, they're going to be like a football crowd on Saturday
if
night,
I were
primed
you,
and ready.
If I were you, and I'm not, but if I were you, I think I might do a couple bourbon tours like you got all day.
I've done that.
Do a couple bourbon tours.
Yeah.
Show up just a little sauced for tip-off.
maybe talk back to some of the fans.
Yes, just enough to just be able to remove, just kind of get to the clay level on your filter.
maybe like right before the game, they pan on. Something's going on the other side over there.
I want to hear, I'm sorry to say this, but I do. I want to hear you swear a little bit during the broadcast about these fans. Maybe a couple of names.
See, here's the thing about Kentucky fans.
These bleeps. Like, listen to these guys behind me.
No, here's the deal. For the people that are like sitting between the goals, the people that sit in those seats, actually cheering or booing is beneath them. I mean, they're there to be entertained. They don't want people in front of them standing up. They're not going to like stand up and go crazy when Kentucky's on a run. They're not going to boo when they're not. They're just, they're the blue bloods. Now, there are other people in that building, it's been my experience, that sit in the different spots that, they're
I'm watching.
They're a little different.
For Kentucky fans' behavior. Personally.
It's going to be
I want to see how they act. Like, do they boo Cal? Here's Cal last night.
We're going to have 3 players that played there. My guess is they're going to get booed. My guess is I'm going to get booed.
Goes into character.
You all say it, oh, yeah. But that's all part of it. I mean, shoot, you get booed. I tell you, I got bazooka holes in my body, so when you shoot arrows, it doesn't even hit skin. It just goes through one of those bazooka holes.
I don't know what he's talking about there, but I love this.
My guess is I'm going to get booed.
Yeah, he's going to get booed.
My guess is I'm going to get booed.
What was that voice he drops?
I'm going to get booed.
He can change octaves.
He does. He's got character.
I'm going to get booed.
He can go into like different characters while he's talking. So I'm curious to see how the fans are going to react at the beginning of the game and then after Arkansas beats them.
It would really be fun to win.
Like,
that game.
Are water bottles getting thrown?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You think would they act out like that?
It
would
depends
Kentucky
on how it
fans
happens.
show their rear?
It depends on how it happens.
Okay, are we going to see a class act Kentucky fan base, or are we going to see a classless Kentucky fan base? That's a poll question.
Well, it depends on what happens. If they win, they'll stick their nose in the air and claim to be classy. And if they lose, they'll do what all fans do when they lose. They're going to be mad and looking to blame somebody, and they'll scream it. What's going to be interesting is if Arkansas wins, what's Cal going to do?
Well, let's talk about, maybe you don't care, but I do, and so let's
let's
talk
go
about
win
it
the
for a
game
second.
first. Let's go win the game.
Let's talk about Kentucky fans just for a second, okay?
Right.
Here's another thing Cal said last night.
15 years we gave. 15. To be on that job for 15 years. Every year is dog years there. It's 7 years. 7 years there. It's dog years. And I said it all along.
Yeah, you heard that polite chuckle. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Cool. 7 years there.
So what does that mean? What is it about coaching at Kentucky that's dog years? I mean, I think I know, but I'm just curious.
Here's the thing, and I just have to be honest about this. I give them their due. I'm not sure Alabama football is bigger than Kentucky basketball, and Alabama football is pretty big. This is what Kentucky has. They've never been great at a lot of the other sports, and I don't mean that as a put down. They're not a football school. They're not a baseball school. They're not a track school. They are a basketball school, men's basketball. They're a basketball place, and that's what they're into. It's what they care about. And it is, cult doesn't even begin to describe it.
No.
It doesn't, it falls short in describing how they are. And I don't mean that necessarily to say they're bad people. They're not. This is what they do. They obsess over it 24/7, and they all think they know everything about it. They all think they invented the game. And they're unlike any other fan base in our league. I'll give them credit for this. When that conference tournament's played over there in Nashville, it's like when we used to go to Dallas back in the day, when you had 19,000 seats at Reunion Arena and we had 16 of them. And Tom Pender said, well, if, Arkansas fans get all the tickets. We left the league and nobody went to the tournament anymore. It's that way with Kentucky fans.
Here's what I've been told about that.
I give them credit for
You've
that.
heard this, though. you can't get into a Kentucky basketball game in Lexington. Like the season tickets have been in families for years. They're not turning over.
Well, it's like that guy that called the other day and said, we've had tickets in our family for 40 years. That is not uncommon.
So for some of these fans, the only way for them to go to a game is they've got to go to a road game. But a lot of them will go on vacation on National Plan Your Vacation Day, which
That's
is
right.
what they'll plan their vacation to go to the SEC tournament.
That's their destined. That's their destined
That's
trip.
their trip. That's their vacation.
That's right.
So they can go watch their team play, 2 or 3 games.
A little more redneck at the conference tournament than it is at Rupp Arena.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Well, I mean, Nashville.
When the other fans, when the non-season ticket holding fans, the commoners, when the commoners
different
show
Kentucky,
up.
a different
It's
class
a different
of
Kentucky
fan.
Yeah, it's a different Kentucky
than the one you get.
That's right.
That's taking the bourbon tours.
That's right.
And then hitting the bourbon room that they have there at Rupp, which Rupp is. They've got all these like ballrooms. It's like a convention center.
Yeah.
They got all these ballrooms they
downtown.
party in before the game. Cecil's in Fort Smith. Hey, Cecil, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show. What's happening?
Good morning, fellas. Okay. Yeah, man, I think that, Coach Calipari, man, this is not his first rodeo leaving the school, going back to a school. At least he can go back to the school. At least he had a job just as good. Some coaches leave universities and can't make it back because they don't have the job to do that. So I'm sure he'll wear his hard hat. He's been through it before, and we just need to go in there and play basketball, man, and get it over with. We'll be okay. He got to make some adjustments. A friend of mine sent. I woke up to a text, and I hit on. I pushed on it, and it was some guy, man. He hates everybody. My God, he is upset. I ain't even gonna say his name, but
yeah,
man, this dude, he was so enraged.
Now we're aware.
And I actually went on his page. I went on his page, and he was so enraged in a lot of his clips. I looked at about 3 of them, then I just went away with it. But he was spitting in the camera, man. He was up and down the highway. He'd be in a motel. I don't know, man. This man is dangerous.
Well, yeah, he needs help. Professional. Professional help is the first thing that was the consensus here.
My God, that's what he needs. That's what he needs, man. Because this is the thing about it, man. Wherever Calipari, if you mention his name, it's a rating some kind of way, man. The man is a box office coach. And, just this week, we played Kentucky. People is prospering off of it because it's a game played Saturday in Kentucky. And it's a lot of fans that they really just upset because he left. He just got fed up with it, man. He'll be all right. We just got to keep supporting the man, and he'll be okay, man. And
Cecil's got his back.
Hopefully, man, yeah. Hey, anyway, man, I'm going to hang up and get my day going. Y'all have a blessed day.
Hey, good to hear
Thanks,
from you.
Cecil.
Yeah. I appreciate
Cecil's doing business, calling the show, running his shop.
Somebody walked in.
That's right.
They wanted to buy something.
That's right.
I got to get my day going.
Hang on, man. I got to be on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I got to go.
I'll get back to you in a minute.
We need to do a show live from a barbershop one day. A couple different barbershops around
We
the
just
state.
set the microphone up, sit back, and let everybody
I'm
else do the work.
That's what I want to do.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best sports talk right there.
You can get in here if you want to. 877-377-6963. I enjoy moments, and you probably do too. And I know, for a minute, I don't care about Arkansas being 1-6. For a minute, I care about this game. I'm suddenly interested in this game, and I think a lot of people kind of had it circled out of the corner of their eye. They had it circled, and now you're kind of like, oh, that game's next. They don't play a game midweek. They're playing on Saturday. They're going to have to sit there all day and wait for this 9 o'clock tip. Games like this, Arkansas might get run right out of the building. Arkansas also might face a team that is under so much pressure to win this game that Kentucky can do no right, and Arkansas finally figures out a way to make some shots. And that's going to be glorious.
My sense
that would
is
just be amazing.
My sense
for a
is
moment.
Kentucky's going to be a little tight. They're going to be a little. I'm not saying who's going to win the game. I have no idea, but there's going to be pressure on them because they've had this thing circled and they've been ready to just open up a can on Cal ever since he left.
They're dealing with significant injuries right now, too.
Are they?
Lamont Butler, who is one of their leading scorers, is out against Tennessee, and so we'll see if he plays this weekend. But it could be perfect storm.
This is going to be like people who used to watch NASCAR for the wrecks. If Kentucky loses, there are going to be a lot of wrecks. And
It'll be fun. I think it'll be fun.
Well, one thing I think we know is if Arkansas upsets Kentucky Saturday, game day may be going to North Carolina and Duke. But I'll bet if Arkansas beats Kentucky, Arkansas is the lead story on Sports Center. How about that?
It'd be the most John Calipari thing ever, too. Like
I wouldn't rule anything out.
Him to walk out of that place with a win. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is fun. It's fun to just think about it.
It would be.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's just
going to happen.
It's just kind of 8:16. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
When they do that, they can hear our off-air conversations, and I always want to know whether or not anybody can hear us.
We know how you are off air. It's something to be aware
of. That.
Yeah, it's something to be aware of.
I know.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopascal.com today to schedule your service. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, I'm Taylor Green, Arkansas QB, and these two guys definitely have a face for radio.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Since 1992, the Inn at the Mill has welcomed guests to experience the most unique place to stay when visiting Northwest Arkansas. Centrally located at the Johnson exit off I-49, the Inn at the Mill has established a rich tradition of comfort, convenience, and value. Whether it's the big game, business travel, a trip to Crystal Bridges, or a weekend getaway that brings you to Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious room with ample space to spread out. And when I'm there on business, I appreciate the fast free internet to keep me connected to work and the laid-back European-style breakfast to start the day. Experience unique and different at the Inn at the Mill, just off I-49 at the Johnson exit. Call 479-443-1800 to make your reservation. That's 479-443-1800 or visit innatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Did you eat the whole thing during the break?
No, I had like 3 bites, but
Yeah.
I'll get back to it.
Well, I mean, look, if you're going to be a seasoned, experienced radio man, you have to learn how to eat a meal, a full meal, inside 2 and 3 minute breaks.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right.
I just polished off a breakfast bar.
You
during
did,
that
and
break.
people are on you for not liking pancakes, by the way. Somebody asked if you like waffles. Like, do you at least
It's
like
the
waffles?
syrup I don't like. It's the syrup that gets me. I can eat a stack of pancakes and I'm just going to feel like blah the rest of the day.
No, I gotta go
just can't do the
sugar-free. I
syrup.
gotta go sugar-free
Why?
syrup.
I see that to
Automatic
me.
sugar
It's
crash.
not the sugar, no sugar. It's the texture. It's the heaviness of it all. It's the way it lingers.
What is your go-to? Boiled eggs?
For breakfast? Yeah. Bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
What kind of eggs?
Scrambled.
Scrambled, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't do
With
the fried egg?
cheese? Scrambled
Poached egg?
Scrambled with cheese?
Nah, just regular old scrambled eggs. Bacon. Maybe a little link sausage.
So
I
you're-
prefer link sausage over patty
You're in like
sausage.
breakfast heaven at a DoubleTree breakfast buffet.
Yeah, that's exactly
You got
right.
those scrambled eggs in there,
you
and
know,
there's
I
some
don't like
bacon.
those powdered eggs. I like real eggs.
Yeah.
But, yeah, bacon and eggs, man.
You make your own breakfast on the weekends?
I mean, I've done it before. I can't say I do it regularly.
Back in 2003?
But, yeah, I mean, there was a time when, yeah. So, yes, to answer your questions, yes.
I can't believe this Kentucky game's at 9 o'clock at night. By the way, Mick
I hate
Cronin,
this stuff.
Mick Cronin, who is the UCLA head coach and has been quoted quite a bit this year, is complaining about lots of things. And this was the latest
He
thing
is in a
that,
bad mood,
that he
man.
complained about.
So we got to get home. We're going to get home at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, we should have just had this game at midnight. I mean, I don't, you know, when you sell your soul to television, that's just the way it is. You know, and that's college sports. We've sold our soul to television. So we'll get home in the middle of the night, get some rest, and prepare as best we can.
You know, he's right.
He is right.
He's right.
He's right. But guess what? Guess who makes a lot of money off selling their soul to television? His contract.
Yep.
Where
that's
else?
True.
That's where they get the money.
No, you're right. That's exactly right. I mean, you're biting the hand that feeds you when you say things like that. But it is ridiculous.
When you get the short
the
end of the
game
schedule.
times are ridiculous in basketball.
Why are we playing a 9 o'clock
Well,
Eastern game?
You know, and this is what bothers me is that you play
Saturday night.
Well, now hang on. You play at 6 o'clock, late arriving crowd. Everybody, oh, how come nobody's coming? I mean, the whole thing's falling apart. The atmosphere's terrible. The team's not any good. Well, no, it's not. They played at 6 o'clock. You couldn't get off work in time to get there. Everybody's frustrated. Or you play at 8 o'clock, and the crowd's not. And, well, how come our fans are? Because the game's at 8 o'clock. That's why. Now, you'll have a game on a Saturday night like at Lexington. You play that thing at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it'd be full. But in most instances, it's not like that. Look, when conferences and when they give lip service to student athletes and stuff like that, you just let that go in one ear and out the other. Because when you're requiring kids and adults and everybody in a traveling party to do that, you don't care about anybody being in class the next day. You don't care about their grades. You care about the money. But it's not changing. But it is ridiculous. Do I sound like an old man bitter about late tip-off time?
Well, you're part of the travel party. You're going to get back in the middle of the night on Sunday.
It's not about us. It's about the kids.
I'll have the bus ministry pick you up for church so you don't have to drive yourself.
It better be a good sermon or I'm going to be out about 10 minutes into it. But it's, hey, it's a tough deal.
That'd be great if we
I
just
mean, it is a
got
tough
a
deal.
bus and pulled up to Chuck's house. We're just picking people up, taking them to church. Wake up. You're going to be so tired.
It better be fire and brimstone.
I'll tell you, it'd be so much sweeter, though, if you come back with a victory.
Hey, it's hard enough to get up in the morning and get in here after some of these games, but it's not fair to the fans, and it's not fair to college administrators who get ripped every time the arena's not full. It's not their fault they're playing the game too early or too late. They're doing the best they can to try to get people to come. And the dirty little secret is that whatever they lack in attendance, they make up for in television revenue, so nobody's really losing sleep.
Jeffrey in Fort Smith told us to keep dreaming about the potential Arkansas upset.
Oh, I know a lot of people feel that way. That's fine. I mean, the odds are not with them. Let's be truthful. The odds are not with them.
Nobody's pretending otherwise. Gavin in Fayetteville said, I work with a guy from Kentucky who's a huge Kentucky fan, and whatever you think they are, you're right.
I will give him credit. We played at Kentucky. This is not the first time we played a 9 o'clock game at Lexington time in Kentucky. We played there one time at 9 o'clock at night. I can remember being up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it was, I don't know, minus 12 outside, or so it seemed. There's people out there all over the downtown area wearing all their Kentucky gear. You'd have thought the game tipped off at 11 o'clock in the morning, but it wasn't until 9 o'clock that night. It is.
It's a pilgrimage.
It is a pilgrimage. For some of them, it is. You're right. That's
life.
a good way to put it.
It's life. I bet, I was just thinking about this as a parent. When was it different for games? Like going to a game. What I mean is, I feel like now more parents feel like they got to go to all their kids' games, and the kids seem to be playing more games. Maybe it hasn't always been that way. But the other thing that you don't necessarily factor in unless you are a parent is your kids have events when you would otherwise maybe go to the game if it's a home game.
Right.
Kentucky, I think they just leave them. We got a basketball game.
They got games on Wednesday night in Kentucky. They've moved church night to Thursday now.
Just exactly.
I mean, it's just how it works.
You got to get your priorities straight if you're going to be a winning program. If you're going to be Big Blue Nation. 877-377-6963. We're brought to you in part by Precedent.com. Precedent. It's all about breathing better Arkansas. I've been telling you about Dr. Scotty Bolding. He's a world-renowned Arkansas surgeon, native, and he has come up with alternative ways to help you breathe better, surgical options. So if you've got sleep apnea and you don't like wearing a CPAP machine, the Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine could be your solution. You've got to figure something out if you want to protect your health, because your risks are going up if you're not wearing a CPAP and you have sleep apnea. Lack of sleep can be awful for all of us and impact our health in major ways.
Brutal.
So getting your airway open where you breathe better at night and sleep better is absolutely life-changing, and Dr. Scotty Bolding can help. At least do yourself a favor and get checked out. 479-755-3000. 755-3000 to set up your free evaluation today. Precedent.com. Precedent. Precedent.com if you want to check them out online. Back in a minute on the Chuck and Bo Show.
You never know what just happened to him that day. He could have accidentally dialed up an ED hotline while trying to call one of his hookers.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I tell you what, I know this. Got a lot of guys with some big hearts. For 3 hours or however long, maybe 4 hours, we're the best team in the country today. And it's offense, defense, and special teams. There's some guys like Darren McFadden, baby. Y'all better put him in the Heisman. You better put him up there. I'm tired of him being number 4. We got that wood right here, baby. Somebody better look at this guy. He's the best football player in the country, and his name's not being mentioned. Lou Holtz, Mark May, number 5. You better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Ty Richardson, we're live here at First Financial Mortgage. I'm here with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan, I know I probably texted you 100 times during this process, man. I didn't know what I was doing. Luckily, you did.
Yeah, Ty. It was always great working with you. Glad we could help you get closed. A good loan officer is someone who can answer questions after hours, before hours, and be available when you're needed. We get pre-qualifications in, get buyers pre-qualified so they can search for homes and get them closed quick. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5. FFB1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087, or online at servicemasterpc.com.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Rachel's at Papa's right now. Rachel, what do you think?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
You can check out their menu at papaspub.com. Cricket, how about you?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Come on by and see us at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. Join me, Phil, and Dr. Charles Liggett every Monday at 12:15 for my favorite segment, 3 Up, 3 Down.
I don't think Rodgers is going out the way Elway did.
I hope he does. I hope he plays for the Jets.
That's right, Dolphins fan. Makes sense.
I'm a patient there, and you can be too. 3 Up, 3 Down is presented by River Valley Smile Center. Visit rivervalleysmiles.com or give them a call at 479-646-0706. That's River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I never actually spoke to a human. I did yell at the automation.
I've done.
Especially when they misunderstand you. That's not what I'm saying!
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, Cal's going to get an earful when he goes to Kentucky on Saturday, no question about it. And they'll be all lubed up and ready to go for that 9 p.m. Eastern tip that Arkansas is going to walk into. And it's going to be real interesting. Everybody expects Arkansas to probably go in there and lose, but it's going to be real interesting if that doesn't happen. And I, for one, will be very anxious to see if that is.
You just want to see pandemonium.
I want.
You want to watch chaos.
I want to see it. Yeah,
you're rooting for chaos.
I do.
Is what you're rooting
I do.
for.
And I think that it could happen.
You want to see a seat cushion from the upper deck fly down onto the floor.
I think it could happen. I don't think this guy that posted a Twitter video about us and everybody else imaginable in the Arkansas athletic sphere, I don't think he thinks it's going to happen. But here's, from time to time, we get a little friendly feedback on the show. I don't know how friendly this is.
I'm going to tell you something, Bo Mattingly. You're a short. If I ever see you, you non-tipping, purse-holding. And Chuck Barrett, only thing you're good for is, I called that play, Chuck. Chuck and Bo show.
The amount of energy put into that about us.
This was like 2.5 minutes into this video as well.
It was bad. It was bad. It's like it's so bad.
There's a lot more.
There's it's awful.
Rather profane.
But I appreciate you listening.
That's a lot of beeps. You did a good job on that, getting all those beeps in
It took them half the show to get it done.
There was only like 4 words left.
I was trying to be very cautious.
There's only like 4 or 5 words you can work with there.
I got to be honest. There's just no defending that. So I just thank you and heard.
Somebody's got to live with that guy.
Yeah, we heard. Right, his parents.
Somebody. I didn't say that.
It's at least one of them.
Oh, Lord.
Just wow. So yesterday we were talking about the Kansas City Chiefs going for the 3rd Super Bowl, and there was a lot of tongue in cheek on the show. And I'm like, why are people?
A lot of people took it seriously.
So upset with Chiefs fans.
Edward's still pissed,
and they're just tired of the Chiefs being in the Super Bowl. And we were playing around, having a good time, and then we get to the next show after this one. And I hear Ty talking about, what? Bo kept asking the question, why don't people like the Chiefs? And, well, nothing personal, Bo, but it's because of people like you. Because I had said on the show, our show yesterday, that I was a lifelong Chiefs fan since 2021. Joking. First of all, I'm not a giant fan of anybody. Like, I don't lose sleep.
You're a jokester is what you are. You're a jokester.
I will root for the Chiefs because they're regional. I've also had a lot of friends that have loved the Chiefs over the years, gone to games, that sort of thing. But I don't ever get emotional about it or upset.
Well, I mean, you're a front runner. I mean, you are. You're a front runner.
So this has become the other talking point around this conversation. So yeah, I'll root for the Chiefs on Sunday, and I'm not gonna lose any sleep if they lose. But I'll root for the Chiefs. So I'm not like some die-hard fan. But I like the Cowboys. I like the Chiefs. I liked the Chicago Bulls when Michael Jordan was there.
You can't say I liked 5 or 6 teams.
Listen,
I mean, come on.
I grew up a little different than maybe somebody else did. Like I liked the Baltimore Orioles when I lived in Pennsylvania before 5th grade. I'm not an Orioles fan. I liked the Florida Marlins when I lived in Florida. I'm not a Marlins fan. I liked the Miami Dolphins when I lived in Florida.
You just go whichever way the wind blows. Whoever's winning, I'm with you. Is that how you are?
I guess.
Okay.
I guess.
Well, I mean, it's typical.
I guess my question
so
is...
you are the problem.
I guess
that's what it boils down to. You are the problem.
I guess my question is, what does it matter to anybody?
What matters to Ty?
Why?
Well, because I guess it just matters.
Why does my life and whoever I want to root for impact you?
Because you're a fascinating figure, Bo, and people want to know what you think.
It must be. That's you know what?
I'm going to tell you something, Bo Mattingly. You're a short. If I ever see you, you non-tipping, purse-holding. And Chuck Barrett, only thing you're good for is, I called that play, Chuck.
What was that?
Chuck and Bo show.
He wasn't as mean to me as he was to you.
What is the purse holding and the non-tipping about?
Yeah,
I don't know where that comes from.
You don't tip at.
I'm a generous tipper.
Oh, okay.
To a fault.
It's not really a purse. I mean, a man purse really.
I mean, maybe when I was in my early 20s and he couldn't scrub 2 nickels together, maybe he was. I don't know.
Maybe he was waiting on you.
Yeah, maybe so.
And he's been holding it in for
all those
2
days.
decades.
All those days at Applebee's, I apparently pissed somebody off.
Well, you know, Bo gets
Or
all
maybe
the,
it was Denny's.
He
I
gets
don't
all
know.
the free rolls at Logan's and then doesn't tip when it's over.
But this idea of being a front runner and people being upset about it, and when did you become a fan of a team? Who cares when somebody became a fan of a team? Like, what does it matter? Unless you're talking trash to somebody else who has been a fan of a losing team, like you're a lifelong 30-year Cleveland Browns fan, and yesterday I hopped on this bandwagon and now I'm giving you crap because your team's terrible. Well, that's different. That's a completely different conversation than, everybody just started rooting for the Chiefs. Everybody started rooting for the Chicago Bulls when they were winning championships.
I didn't.
Everybody but Chuck.
That's right.
I hope you get a Purple Heart for it.
I know. I'm waiting on the parade.
So you rooted against Michael Jordan?
Every single time.
That is
Every
un-American.
single time.
Why? What is wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with Michael Jordan. I like Michael Jordan, but the Bulls are not my team.
There's a lot wrong with Michael Jordan.
Fair enough.
I forgot you were a Knicks fan.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I am a team fan.
Forgot about that.
I
Forgot
am
about what they did to you.
I'm not one of these guys who, I go where this guy goes. If he gets traded, I'm going.
not talking about
I mean,
that.
I'm not that guy.
I'm talking
I don't
about
go
the
whichever way the
Bulls in
wind
the
blows
90s.
like you do.
You know, that's how the Atlanta Braves have a fan base to begin with. They were
Not
on
me.
TV all
Not
the time.
me. I hate the Braves.
You self-righteous fandom people, I don't understand. Like, why do you care about anybody else in their fandom? What is it, a badge of honor?
You're the one that brought it up. I haven't said anything about it.
You talked about it all day yesterday.
That was yesterday. I turned the page today.
Well, this is what I don't understand, though, is why anyone cares if Edwards a front runner or I'm a front runner or whoever's a front, whatever. What, does that make you a bad person?
No, but you touched on it a minute ago. When you followed a team for decades, and somebody comes along who says, I've been a fan for 11 years. It's like a big whoop. I've been a fan for like 40.
Well, I don't understand the argument of people that are talking about how long they've been a fan of.
Well, again,
it's if you're talking trash.
That's
I
the
get that.
deal, right? Well,
That's
find
different.
me a Chiefs fan that's not talking trash right now.
Well, I mean,
find me one.
I'm not.
Edward, he's been talking trash.
Oh,
the minute I
my
walked in the door yesterday, he's talking
My whole
trash.
point, my entire point
blatant
yesterday was why are people mad at the Chiefs and people that are rooting for the Chiefs to win? They're not talking trash, at least the ones that I know of. What I do see from Philadelphia is they got a fan base that's full of a bunch of, jerks.
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
I mean, not all of them, because I know some that are really nice. Mullins, you're a pretty good guy. Like, you're not a bad dude. But, like, the way you got to get your fan base under control. I mean, the way they treat people, they're, like, harassing Commanders fans who are leaving the game, taking their hats and running off with them like children. I don't see Chiefs fans doing that.
Arrowhead's very friendly.
I think they're
It's
classy.
a great place to go.
People just want to be unhappy.
That's right.
Like, pick a team
Chuck's one of them.
Pick a team that's winning,
I'm
Chuck.
not unhappy.
But you
I'm
want to
not
be.
unhappy.
You want to be.
I don't want to be unhappy.
Ty's unhappy.
I think Chiefs.
I think Ty's unhappy.
I think the Chiefs phenomenon.
Nothing personal, Ty, but I think you're unhappy. Because it's like, well, 8 or 9 years ago, I was rooting for them because they were around here. Then they started winning. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm like, what?
Nobody around here
If the Cowboys
rooted
start
for
winning,
the Chiefs
I'll be rooting
10
for them.
years ago. I mean, seriously, I know about 5 people who rooted for the Chiefs.
Well,
before the Mahomes, Kelsey,
it
Andy
doesn't
Reid
matter.
thing.
It doesn't matter. Like, most of the people weren't rooting for anybody. They don't have some diehard
I'm not
NFL
saying
team
in the
they root
grand
for.
scheme of things it matters. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying don't talk trash like you did it. I mean, you didn't have anything to do with it.
I agree with that. That's
all
fair.
I'm saying.
I agree.
That's
with
all
that.
I'm saying.
But they are America's team now.
No, they're not.
Well, what is America's team?
The Cowboys.
America's team is when you jump on the bandwagon.
The Cowboys. Some of us still love America. You guys can just move on with whatever the fashionable thing is these days. But some of us still actually love our country.
I speak for the people. 844. Proud to be an American. Good morning.
Good morning, Hog Country. I travel with my work, so I'm on the road a lot. So you guys are on my station.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge. If you haven't tried a Flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
Our New Year's sale is on at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Get total New Year's savings up to $13,000 on select in-stock new 2024 Silverados. That's up to $13,000 in total savings on a new Silverado. Limited time only during our New Year's sale at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet, together let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 3/3/25. First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
If you suffer from sleep apnea, but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Boulding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
A great pair. Really honored that you guys are doing this, listening over here in Jonesboro.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In-Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In-Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In-Stock Parts.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. Join me, Phil, and Dr. Charles Liggett every Monday at 12:15 for my favorite segment, 3 Up, 3 Down.
I don't think Rodgers is going out the way Elway did.
I hope he does. I hope he plays for the Jets.
That's right, Dolphins fan. Makes sense.
I'm a patient there, and you can be too. 3 Up, 3 Down is presented by River Valley Smile Center. Visit rivervalleysmiles.com or give them a call at 479-646-0706. That's River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert. And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I've got certain compartments in my backpack that certain items go in for every trip. Like, for example, I have to have blue or yellow sweetener for my coffee. I'm a diva in that respect.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was some interesting radio right there, wasn't it?
The responses. Justin's asking if there's any one team that I just can't stand to root for. I mean, that changes too from time to time. You know, like, was anybody really?
Do you have
rooting?
any core values when it comes to sports?
I don't.
Really?
No, I just
go whichever way the wind's blowing.
It's been
your wind,
it's been a struggle in this
your
life.
breeze.
In this life, it's been a struggle. A lot of prayer, a lot of meetings. You know, a couple times through the purpose-driven life.
Yeah.
Oh, you were talking about sports.
Yeah, I was talking about sport. I don't care about that other stuff. I mean, you know.
Yeah, give me some Lee Greenwood. America's team, the Kansas City Chiefs. There's really not a team that I can't stand and root against either. Like, I'm not over here like stumping for anything. Like, I'm not like waving any flags. You're not going to see a bumper sticker on my car. I used to not even have like any team gear, Razorbacks or otherwise. And then I realized, well, that's ridiculous. I live here. My kids like the Razorbacks. They grew up here. I like the Razorbacks. I don't have to get emotional about it. Like, I don't have to lose my mind if they win or lose. We do a show or we tell stories or whatever we do. That's my role in it. But I like teams that win, or if they're, you know, regional to us and they win, I generally kind of go for that. Like, I see Arkansas State playing in a game on a random Tuesday night. I'm pulling for them. I don't go, oh, that's Arkansas State.
You forget that hand thing they do?
No.
You know how they do their hands supposed to look like wolves?
No, I haven't.
I haven't figured
I
that
don't
one out
like.
either.
That's not. I'm not going to that
I'm
level.
not.
Nor am I banging the drum at the Chiefs game.
Well, you're just waiting on the bandwagon to float by, and you'll hop on.
I mean,
then when the ride gets boring, you'll hop
they'll
off.
drop me right back off at my driveway. Why would anybody be upset about that? I'll tell you, because you're an unhappy person.
I'm not an unhappy
I'm not
person.
talking about you. I'm talking about anybody that's got a problem with that. You're an unhappy person. That's not my fault.
You're just a
just
front
because
runner,
I've
man.
learned how to enjoy life doesn't mean that you got to be mad at me. I mean, you can be.
If you don't stand for something, Bo, you'll fall for anything.
And what's better?
I don't know. You stumped me there.
Stunned silence.
You stumped me there. You got me.
Stunned silence.
You got me.
If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Another myth.
I had some old country wisdom there that I threw out, and you just like incinerated it right there. Said, why? Well, I don't know why.
Here you go.
I don't know why, because we've been saying it for years.
B.E. in Clarksville, bandwagon Bo.
There we
he
go.
says that as if it's a criticism. But I don't understand this idea of somebody being a less than
when you're a bandwagon
decent
guy,
person, if they jumped on a bandwagon,
Because
everybody jumped on a bandwagon somewhere along the way.
you're basically saying to people, I'm with you, win or tie. That's basically what you're saying. If the times get tough, I'm out.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
It is not
That
true.
is absolutely
That
true.
is not the kind of person I am.
No, I didn't say it's the kind of person you are. I
No,
said
I'm
it's
not
the kind of fan you are.
Well, I don't.
It's the kind of fan
First of all,
you are.
I'm not a fan that any team would want. I'm not doing anything for you. Like, you're getting nothing out of me. I might buy a ticket to a game.
But
I'm
you're
just
not-
going to enjoy watching something and having an outcome that for some reason I'd like to see happen. And when Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and they all left the Bulls, I didn't really have any reason to care about watching the Bulls
Do you
games
still
anymore.
wear your,
That's not my fault. That's theirs.
When you're home by yourself, do you still wear your Jordan jersey? Do you do that? Like, when it's just you.
No, but I will wear Jordan shoes.
Will you?
Yeah, but that's just.
But that's just when you're playing like out in the driveway. and
No,
stuff,
it's just
just feeling cool.
It's just when you need a little extra giddy up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like you can try to make me look bad here.
I'm not trying to make you look bad. I'm just trying to figure out a little bit more about what makes you tick.
I think the other side of this is the ridiculous argument.
Well, that's fine.
Like,
you're fine to think that.
Criticizing people.
If you want me to admit defeat so you can have a better day, I'll admit defeat.
My day's going to be great.
You're a front runner. Period.
That's the only reason I'm doing this show with you. You think I would have picked somebody that wasn't as good as you to do the show with?
I feel
I mean, how does that even make sense?
I'm a front runner, too.
How does that
when it
make
comes
sense?
To that.
What about a new restaurant that comes to town and it's suddenly the best restaurant? You go, oh, screw that.
That's
Screw
a
that.
different deal.
I'm going to go to this other restaurant because I've been going to it my whole life.
I'm done with this.
Man, I hope the morning rush has fun with this. I mean, we got it. It was a great opening act. Tonight I'll be performing at
where are you going to be tonight?
Box Karaoke. I'll be singing Lee Greenwood with a jersey on that's half Cowboys and half Chiefs.
I'm going to heckle. I'm going to go heckle.
Oh, it's a great day. Have a great Tuesday.
All right, thanks, man.
Just know I'm happy and you're not. Chuck and Bo
Having
Show.
great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures